Chapter 2762. As soon as Zhou Shuqiu finished speaking, a frown appeared on Long Fei Yun's face. He did not expect the junior sister of the sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect would try to poach Duanling Tian from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect to join the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. Although Long Fei Yun knew Duanling Tian would not go back on his word, he knew Duanling Tian would not go back on his word. However, he was still displeased by Zhou Shuqiu's blatant attempt to poach Duanling Tian from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. However, even though he was displeased, he did not dare to offend Zhou Shuqiu. Not interested. Duanling Tian replied indifferently when he heard Zhou Shuqiu's words. After he finished speaking, before Zhou Shuqiu could react, he held her hand and left Su Rong Palace. Long Fei Yun was inwardly pleased when he saw this. However, he did not show it on his face. He brought Qiu Ling with him and followed after Duanling Tian, leaving Zhou Shuqiu standing alone with an unsightly expression on her face. At this moment, Zhou Shuqiu felt that Duanling Tian did not know what was good for him as she looked at his departing figure. Since you don't want to join the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, I'll force you to join the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. After the Wasteland Grand Contest ends, even if you choose the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, I'll still ask my master for you. In Zhou Shuqiu's opinion, as long as her master, the former sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, asked, the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect would definitely do her a favor and give up Duanling Tian, a great overarching golden celestial who was not even 100 years old. Naturally, she had such thoughts because she was unaware that Duanling Tian was not only a great overarching golden celestial, but he was also a prominent celestial alchemist. Otherwise, she would not have been so confident. On the other side, after Duanling Tian returned to the 13th prince's residence, he began to refine the prominent celestial pill, the weaving overarching pill. However, as the saying went, everything is difficult at the beginning. The process of refining the weaving overarching pill was arduous. After wasting a lot of herbs, Duanling Tian finally grasped the knack of refining. Duanling Tian was not surprised by this because he was already mentally prepared. Previously, he could only refine primitive celestial pills. But before he could even try refining medigrade celestial pills, his chaotic divine flame had transformed to its third form, making it was comparable to a prominent celestial fire. Was a prominent celestial al fire. However, the third form of the chaos divine flame is much stronger than a prominent celestial fire. The speed at which it heats the cauldron is much faster than a prominent celestial fire. Even the most famous prominent celestial fires can't heat their cauldrons as fast as my third form primal chaos divine flame. In a quiet room, Duanling Tian sat cross-legged on his bed. The prominent celestial pill cauldron hovered in front of him. Gray flames could be seen rising from the cauldron. It was none other than the chaos divine flame. In the Devata realms, celestial alchemists had to heat their cauldrons before refining celestial pills. Before refining the celestial pills, the celestial fire would be added to the cauldron to raise the temperature of the cauldron to the maximum before refining the celestial pills. The speed of the heating process would determine the quality of the celestial fire. For example, the speed of Duanling Tian's chaos divine flame cauldron was several times faster than some of the prominent celestial flame cauldrons he knew. Even the best prominent celestial fire would pale in comparison to the third form of the chaos divine flame. However, I can use it to refine celestial pills. Once I master the technique to refine prominent celestial pills, it won't be difficult for me to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. Duanling Tian was filled with confidence. Of course, in his heart he was more than happy. After all, he did not expect the third form of the chaos divine flame to be one of the best prominent celestial fires in the Devata realms. However, what's the chaos divine flame? Right now, this is only the third form of the chaos divine flame. I wonder how powerful it will be when it reaches the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and so on in the future? Duanling Tian could not help but inwardly gasp when he thought of this. The profound divine metal seems to be similar to the chaos divine flame as well. The profound divine metal in my body seems to be in its second form. However, as of now, I only know that this profound divine metal can protect my soul, preventing others' divine sense and soul attacks from touching my soul. Duanling Tian was curious about the chaos divine flame. At the same time, he thought about the profound divine metal, the defective metal piece in his soul. The profound divine metal is a fusion of the strange stone I found in my hometown on Cloud Continent. It was given to me by Xia Jiaker's third uncle in her past life. Hold on. A second form profound divine metal? Don't tell me, That strange stone and the thing Xia Jie gave me are both first-form profound divine metals? Once this thought arose, it was difficult to suppress it for a long time. However, although Duan Ling Tian had such thoughts, he did not dare to be 100% certain. Duan Ling Tian did not know his guess was correct. The thing Xia Jie gave him and the strange stone he found in his hometown on Cloud Continent in the mundane realm were both first-form profound divine metals. After they had fused, they had become second-form profound divine metals. While Duan Ling Tian was engrossed in refining pills, in the distant world of divine offering, it was not peaceful at all. In the Xia clan in the divine offering land. As one of the top clans in the divine offering land, the Xia clan's territory was vast and boundless. Usually the Xia clan's territory was peaceful. However, not only was the Xia clan's territory not peaceful, but it was also shrouded by a layer of dark clouds that appeared out of nowhere. Dark clouds covered the sky, causing the entire Xia family territory to fall into endless darkness in an instant. Who are you? How dare you behave atrociously in my Xia clan's territory? All of a sudden, a rough voice rang out like a thunderclap. Along with the voice, a blazing and resplendent saber light flashed, whoosh. The saber light rose into the air. When it shot out, it seemed as if there was no end in sight. As soon as it appeared, the dark clouds above the Xia family's territory were split into two, allowing the Xia family's territory to see the light of day once again. At the same time, the Xia family members in the Xia family's territory heaved a sigh of relief. Lord Clan Leader has made his move. I wonder who this person is. I don't think he's from the divine offering land, right? If it's not someone from the world of divine remains, then it must be someone from one of the realms that collides with the world of divine remains. Furthermore, since this person is targeting the Xia clan, there's an 80 to 90% chance that he has some grudge against us. No matter what enmity he has with us, Lord Clan Leader will make his move. Even if he doesn't die, he'll be skinned alive. That's hard to say. Since he dares to provoke our Xia clan, it means he's not afraid of Lord Clan Leader. Just as the Xia family clansmen in the Xia family territory were discussing fervently, the broken dark clouds in the sky gathered at an extremely fast speed. Soon, the entire Xia family territory was plunged into darkness once again. Who exactly are you? The rough voice that was like a thunderclap resounded out once more, and it was mixed with a trace of rage. It was obvious that the owner of the voice was enraged. The moment the owner of the voice finished speaking, Clan Leader Xia, do you still remember the grudge of my saber? A sharp and hoarse voice exploded in the Xia clan's territory, which had once again fallen into darkness. It traveled into the ears of everyone in the Xia clan's territory and instantly killed many of the Xia clan members with weaker cultivation. Even some of the Xia clan members with higher cultivation were injured by the shockwave. Even the powerful cultivators in the Xia family were all concentrating their minds and calming their qi as they tried their best to defend against the sound wave attack from the sharp and hoarse voice. You're Kuwanjun. The thunderous, rough voice rang out once again. This time, the anger in his voice suddenly soared. Accompanied by a loud buzzing sound, another blazing saber light soared into the sky. This saber ray was even more powerful than the previous one. After tearing apart the dark clouds in the sky, it continued to spread in all directions. It was as though it had transformed into a blazing white giant beast. It opened its bloody mouth and greedily devoured the surrounding dark clouds. At the same time, oh no! The people whom Lord Clan Leader personally ordered to be imprisoned. They're all gone. In the sky above a vast mansion in a remote corner of the Xia family's territory, several figures flew in from all directions and gathered in the blink of an eye. Among them, an elderly man in a gray robe suddenly changed his expression and let out a cry of surprise. These people are the people whom Lord Clan Leader ordered us to keep an eye on. And now they're all gone? If Lord Clan Leader finds out about this, we'll be in big trouble. What's going on? Don't tell me that the powerhouse who came to our Xia clan's territory saved them? Impossible. Why don't you think about it? Those people are just mortals from the mundane realm. How could they have anything to do with such a powerhouse? Also, didn't you hear Lord Clan Leader call that person Kuwanjun? Kuwanjun? This name sounds a little familiar. Kuwanjun? Isn't that the powerhouse who's ranked 5th in the Land of Sanctions, a realm that's parallel to our divine offering land that was created by a supreme powerhouse? Why did he come to our divine offering land? While the group of people was discussing among themselves, a sloppy figure appeared at a place far away from the Xia clan's territory. Chapter 2763. If Duan Lingtian were here, he would have recognized the person immediately. The unkempt figure was none other than Xia Jie, whom he had met in the mundane realm. He was also Ker's third uncle in her past life. Everyone, the passage between the Divine Offering Land and the Devata realms has been closed, so I can't personally send all of you back. However, with my strength, I can open a passage that only great overarching golden celestials and below can travel to the mundane realm. I'll open the passage for all of you now. You might encounter spatial turbulence, but with my strength I can still send all of you safely to the mundane realm. As for which mundane realm you'll be sent to, it's not up to me to decide. I'm in a hurry to send all of you back because I'm worried my big brother will discover your whereabouts after he's done dealing with the powerhouse from the Land of Sanctions. As long as all of you are still in the Divine Offering Land, you won't be able to hide from my big brother when he regains his senses. Xia Jie looked at the exquisite palace-shaped seal in his hand. His voice traveled through the void and merged with the seal. It was as though someone in the seal was listening to him. As soon as he finished speaking, he raised his hand and drew a line in the air. Swoosh, swoosh. A spatial tear appeared in the air. It was unknown where it led to. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. As soon as the spatial tear appeared, Xia Jie shook his hand that was holding the seal. In just a blink of an eye, silhouettes flew out of the seal. These silhouettes grew bigger and bigger until they were the size of a normal person. After these silhouettes grew to the size of a normal person, they were shrouded by a layer of dark light before they disappeared into the spatial tear. If Duan Lingtian were here, he would have recognized them immediately. The silhouettes that had come out of the seal and disappeared into the spatial tear were none other than his father, Duan Ruffing, his mother, Li Ro, his wife, Li Fei, and his son, Duan Yantian. Apart from that, there was also his daughter, Duan Si Ling Han Xuanai, whom he treated like his own sister, his senior brother, Bai Li Hong, and his future father-in-law, Feng Wu Dao. All of these people were captured by Yun Qing Yen, the first young master of the Yun clan in the Divine Offering Land. He used them to threaten Ke to return to the Divine Offering Land with him. They were all Duan Lingtian's family and friends. After Yun Qing Yen had brought them back to the world of divine remains, the Xia clan leader, who was also Ke's father in her past life, had imprisoned them. He planned to use these people to coerce his daughter into marrying Yun Qing Yen. Since the realm of divine offering was about to collide with the realms created by other supreme experts, the realm battlefield would remain open for 1,000 years. Therefore, he had decided to postpone the matter for the time being and allow his daughter to marry Yun Qing Yen 1,000 years later. The spatial tear between the Divine Offering Land and the Devata realms was closed due to the collision between the Divine Offering Land and other realms. Therefore, the spatial tear would remain closed for as long as the realm battlefield was open. Because she was unwilling to accept her fate and wanted to change it after 1,000 years, Ke had ignored Xia Jie's advice and entered the planar battlefield alone. Without these shackles, Shui-Er's life will be much easier after 1,000 years. Of course. That's only if Shui-Er can come out of the realm battlefield alive. After the last person disappeared into the spatial tear, Xia Jie sighed. With a wave of his hand, the spatial tear disappeared. At the same time, he put away the seal in his hand. The seal in his hand was an emperor-grade celestial weapon that was similar to the Seven Treasures' exquisite pagoda. It was able to contain living beings. However, it's all thanks to Ku Wanjun, the Grand Elder of the Ku clan from the Land of Punishment. If he didn't come to the Xia clan, I wouldn't have had the chance to rescue them and send them out of the Divine Offering Land. Xia Jie knew very well that Ku Wanjun was still alive. If it were not for the enemy attacking the Xia clan, he would not have had the chance to rescue the people imprisoned by his eldest brother. After sending off Duan Lingtian's family and friends, Xia Jie disappeared from his spot and returned to the Xia clan's territory in just a blink of an eye. As a member of the Xia clan, he, naturally, could not stand idly by when the enemy was attacking the Xia clan. Meanwhile, in another place, Xia Jie raised his hand and closed the spatial tear. Duan Ruffing, Li Ro, Li Fei, Duan Yantian, Duan Si Ling, and the others were transported through the spatial tear with ease by the energy Xia Jie had left for them. In the end, they were sent to the same mundane realm. Originally, they were supposed to head to the same mundane plane. Even Xia Jie had thought so. However, none of them expected that when Duan Ru Feng and the others were being sent to the mundane realm, the spatial turbulence on their way to the mundane realm would suddenly become restless. A rarely seen turbulent storm appeared and split Duan Ru Feng and the others into a few batches before they were sent to a few mundane realms. Fortunately, they were protected by Xia Jie's energy, so they were able to enter the mundane realms safely. As soon as Xia Jie's energy came into contact with the spatial tear in the mundane realm, it forcefully tore the spatial tear in and sent them into the mundane realm. Naturally, Duan Lingtian and Ke were unaware of this. The realm battlefield. The realm battlefield in the world of divine offering would open once every 10,000 years and would last for 1,000 years. The realm battlefield could be said to be a hub that connected several parallel realms like the divine offering land. Whether it was people from the divine offering land who wanted to go to the other parallel realms or people from the other parallel realms who wanted to go to the divine offering land, they would have to go through the realm battlefield. For example, the powerhouse from the Ku clan in the land of sanctions, Ku Wanjun, the grand elder of the Ku clan, had entered the realm battlefield from the land of sanctions before he went to the divine offering land. In the realm battlefield, people from several parallel realms, including the divine offering land, fought and killed each other. Every person from a parallel realm, no matter who they were, would be given a token when they entered the realm battlefield. Based on the token, one could tell which realm they came from. Moreover, people with different cultivation bases would receive different tokens. For this reason, the tokens were divided into different grades. In the realm battlefield, people from the same realm would not kill each other unless there was a personal grudge between them. This was because killing people from the same realm and merging their tokens into one's own would not give one any battle merits. Only by killing people from other realms would one be able to obtain battle merits. The battle merits mentioned here all depended on the grade of the command token. The higher the cultivation base of a person, the more battle merits they would have in their token. If a person from the world of divine remains had a token that only gave him 100 points of battle merit at the beginning, then when he killed someone from another plane who had the same cultivation level as him, the token in his hand could forcefully devour the token in his opponent's hand. Since their cultivation bases were the same, the token in his opponent's hand would also have 100 battle merits in the beginning. Under such circumstances, if he killed his opponent, the token in his hand could devour the token in his opponent's hand and steal the battle merits in his opponent's token, increasing the battle merits in his opponent's token from 100 to 200. In the realm battlefield, people would occasionally come across secret realms that contained various opportunities. If one wanted to enter these secret realms, one would need to consume battle merits. The greater the opportunity hidden in the secret realms, the more battle merits one would need to enter. Therefore, the reason why the people who entered the planar battlefield fought with their lives on the line with the people from other realms was more to rob the other side of their battle merits. They wanted to accumulate enough battle merits to enter the secret realm where they could find their fortuitous encounters. It was said that the secret realms in the realm battlefield were left behind by the supreme powerhouses who had created the divine offering land and other realms that were parallel to the divine offering land. The opportunities hidden in the secret realms were opportunities that could change one's fate. For this reason, there was never a shortage of adventurers in the realm battlefield that was filled with death. After all, riches and honor were found in the midst of danger. In a certain corner of the planar battlefield there was a loud bang. It was an extremely beautiful figure. With a raise of her hand, she heavily injured a young man and ended his life when his life was in danger. As soon as the young man was killed, a light green token flew out of his body and merged with the token in the hand of the woman who killed the young man. The gray light on the token in the woman's hand deepened slightly. The token that shone with a gray light represented the identity of the person who came from the divine offering land. The light green token represented the identity of the person who came from the land of punishment. My battle merits are too little. With this amount of battle merits, I can't even open the lowest level secret realms. The beautiful woman in a white dress turned her eyes slightly and glanced at the badge in her hand that was emitting a faint gray glow. She let out a long sigh. I wonder how Brother Tian is now. Has he ascended to a Devata realm? A hint of longing could be seen in the woman's eyes as though she had recalled something. This woman was none other than Ke. Ever since Ke entered the divine offering land, she had been wandering in the realm battlefield. However, since her strength had not recovered to its peak, she had to be careful along the way. Although she had not been in the world of divine remains for a long time, she had already experienced a near-death experience. Even so, she did not regret coming here. Chapter 2764. In the wasteland of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom's imperial palace in the spirit overarching heaven. It's done. A hearty laugh instantly filled a room in the courtyard of a guest room. Because there was a soundproof formation in the room, the sound inside did not spread out. The owner of the laughter was none other than the purple-clad young man who was sitting cross-legged on the bed. The purple-clad young man raised his hand and put away the cauldron that was hovering in front of him. At the same time he opened his other hand, revealing 3 dark green celestial pills lying in his palm. The dark green immortal pill lay in the purple-robed young man's palm. It seemed to be surrounded by a layer of green mist, giving people a hazy feeling. Fortunately, I have experience refining prominent celestial pills. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to refine this cauldron of overarching heaven pills. The purple-clad young man was none other than Duan Ling Tian, who had immersed himself in refining pills ever since he returned from Su Rong Palace. Initially, he had refined the prominent celestial pill, the weaving overarching pill. Compared to the other prominent celestial pills, the weaving overarching pill's ingredients were the most common. Moreover, it was relatively easy to refine. Even so, it still took Duan Ling Tian some time before he successfully refined the weaving overarching pill. Moreover, the success rate of refining the weaving overarching pill was extremely low. He only managed to refine 2 pills. After that, Duan Ling Tian continued to refine the weaving overarching pill patiently. Only after spending a long time increasing his success rate did he begin to refine other high-grade immortal pills that required more common materials but were much more difficult to refine than the weaving sifting pill. Starting with the weaving overarching pill, he continued to refine the other prominent celestial pills. During this time, Duan Ling Tian's skill in refining pills continued to improve. Eventually, Duan Ling Tian asked Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince, to help him gather the ingredients needed to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. It took Long Fei Yun a long time and a lot of effort to gather the ingredients needed to refine the overarching heaven pill. If the refinement failed, Duan Ling Tian would not be able to refine the overarching heaven pill again in a short period of time. After all, the ingredients needed to refine the overarching heaven pill were extremely rare, let alone the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. In the wasteland, the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were the best places to refine the overarching heaven pill. However, it was not easy to obtain the ingredients from the 3 major celestial sects of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Although the success rate is low, it's still my first time refining the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. It's already very rare for me to be able to refine 3 pills. With the 3 overarching heaven pills in hand, Duan Ling Tian got out of bed and left the room to look for Huan. I'll give the overarching heaven pill to Huan to see if she can absorb the medicinal efficacy of the overarching heaven pill and improve her cultivation base. Huan is currently an earth rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, so she can absorb the medicinal efficacy of the overarching heaven pill. However, once she breaks through and becomes a heaven rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, the medicinal efficacy of the overarching heaven pill will be useless to her. When Duan Ling Tian arrived at the backyard, he discovered Huan was not cultivating in her room. Instead, she was comprehending celestial methods and divine abilities in the backyard. Brother Ling Tian. Although Huan was comprehending celestial methods and divine abilities in the backyard, she immediately noticed Duan Ling Tian's arrival. She stopped comprehending celestial methods and divine abilities and happily greeted Duan Ling Tian. Brother Ling Tian, how did you refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill? Huan was aware that Duan Ling Tian had been refining the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill, for the past few days. Therefore, when she saw Duan Ling Tian, she immediately asked Duan Ling Tian about the overarching heaven pill. Sigh. Duan Ling Tian sighed when he saw Huan's expectant gaze. Huan naturally assumed Duan Ling Tian had failed to refine the overarching heaven pill. Therefore she quickly comforted him. Brother Ling Tian, it's alright if you fail. After all, the overarching heaven pill is widely acknowledged as the most difficult prominent celestial pill to refine. Even if you fail this time, there's always a next time. I'm sure you'll be able to refine the overarching heaven pill next time. Based on her words, it was clear she had faith in Duan Ling Tian. Huan, what do you think these are? Duan Ling Tian shook his head and smiled when he heard Huan's words. He did not intend to tease her anymore. He raised his hand and revealed the 3 overarching heaven pills to Huan. These are, Huan's eyes lit up when she saw the pills. These are the overarching heaven pills? Huan was no longer the same Huan who had just entered the world. During her time in the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, she had used many memory celestial talismans given to her by Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Among the memory celestial records, there was information about the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. Therefore, with just a glance, she could tell the 3 pills in Duan Ling Tian's hand were prominent celestial pills, the overarching heaven pills. Yes. Duan Ling Tian nodded with a smile on his face. Indeed, these are the overarching heaven pills. However, since it's my first time refining the overarching heaven pills, I only managed to refine 3 pills. Before Huan could respond to Duan Ling Tian's words, a voice rang in the air. You refined the overarching heaven pills? A voice rang in the air and entered Duan Lingtian and Huaner's ears. Their expressions changed drastically. Who's that? Who's that? Upon hearing the voice, Duan Lingtian and Huan raised their heads in unison to look at the sky above the courtyard. The exclamation just now had come from that direction. At the same time, Duan Lingtian and Huan raised their heads to look at the sky. Swoosh! In the void above the courtyard of the guest room, a black figure appeared like a ghost. It was a person wearing a black robe with golden edges. From his burly figure one could tell that he was a man. Based on the voice earlier one could tell he was a man as well. The man dressed in a black robe embroidered with gold slowly descended from the sky and landed in front of Duan Lingtian and Huan. He was wearing a golden mask that completely covered his face, making it impossible to see his true appearance behind the mask. In addition, there was a golden token hanging on his waist. There was a scarlet word "kill" engraved on it as if it was dyed in blood. A gold-ranked assassin? Duan Lingtian's expression changed drastically when he saw the gold-ranked assassin's appearance. Even Huaner's expression turned unsightly in an instant. Duan Lingtian knew there were black market assassins in the 3 cities controlled by the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. The black market assassins were divided into gold-ranked assassins, silver-ranked assassins and bronze-ranked assassins. Among them, bronze-ranked assassins were the weakest. They were a group of great overarching golden celestials. The strongest among them was a peak great overarching golden celestial. Silver-ranked assassins were a group of overarching heavenly supreme celestials. The strongest among them was a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial. As for gold-ranked assassins, they were extremely rare, and each of them was a powerful celestial duke. Both Duan Lingtian and Huan had read about the black market assassins in the wasteland from the memory celestial talismans. Therefore they were familiar with the outfits of the black market assassins. With just a glance, they could tell the person in front of them was a gold-ranked assassin. Naturally, there was another possibility. The person in front of them was not a gold-ranked assassin, but he was wearing a gold-ranked assassin's robe. However, both Duan Lingtian and Huan did not think that was possible at all. After all, if the person in front of them was not a celestial duke, they would not have been able to sneak into the imperial palace of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. After all, the imperial palace of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was guarded by peak overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Their divine consciousness could cover the entire imperial palace at all times. Only those who were celestial dukes and above would be able to sneak into the imperial palace without being discovered. For this reason, the person in front of them was very confident. Duan Lingtian and Huan were certain that the person in front of them was a gold-ranked assassin. The person in front of them was a gold-ranked assassin. You actually recognized me as a gold-ranked assassin. It seems like you know a lot about the black market assassins. The tall and sturdy man dressed in a black robe stared intently at Duan Lingtian before he shifted his gaze to Huan who was standing at the side. At this moment Huan was not wearing a veil or a hat. A perfect and peerless face was completely displayed in front of the burly man who admitted that he was a gold medal assassin. This caused the burly man's eyes to brighten as a stunned expression flashed across his face. What a perfect woman. It's a pity I'm not interested in women. Otherwise, I would have taken you away even if I didn't kill you. The gold medal assassin retracted his gaze from Huan. He was like a monk with a heart as tranquil as still water. He was not interested in women at all. In fact, he did not even spare them a glance. He really is a gold-ranked assassin. Duan Lingtian's heart skipped a beat when he heard the gold-ranked assassin's words. He looked at the gold-ranked assassin solemnly and asked, "Since you're a gold-ranked assassin and you're here, are you targeting both of us?" "She's my target." Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's question, the gold-ranked assassin did not look at Huan. Instead he looked at Duan Lingtian and pointed at Huan. Swoosh. As soon as the gold-ranked assassin finished speaking, Duan Lingtian's expression changed drastically. He instinctively moved in front of Huan and shielded her behind him. At the same time he looked at the gold-ranked assassin warily. Swoosh. Chapter 2765. Do you think you'll be able to stop me from killing her? As soon as the gold medal assassin finished laughing, a powerful aura surged toward Duan Lingtian like a torrential flood. It slammed heavily on Duan Lingtian's chest. Boom. Boom. Duan Lingtian's chest trembled as he took a few steps back. A mouthful of blood spurted out from his mouth, causing him to cut a sorry figure. Brother Lingtian. Huan who was shielded by Duan Lingtian was horrified when she saw this. Her beautiful eyes glinted coldly as a cold aura surged out of her body. In just a blink of an eye, many things in the backyard seemed to be covered in a layer of silver. It was a layer of frost formed by the cold aura. Huan Er. Upon sensing Huan Er's anger, Duan Lingtian took another 2 steps back. When he was close enough to Huan Er, he reached out and held her right hand. Then he said through voice transmission, You're no match for him. Duan Lingtian comforted Huan Er as he looked at the gold-plate assassin. His expression was extremely solemn and his heart was in turmoil. My current cultivation base is much higher than before. Even the Celestial Duke from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect wouldn't have been able to force me into such a sorry state with just her aura alone. Moreover, the person in front of me withdrew half of his aura at the last moment. Otherwise, I would have been injured even more severely. In other words, the gold medal assassin had shown mercy. Based on this, Duan Lingtian was certain that the gold medal assassin was stronger than the gold medal assassin. He was certain the gold medal assassin was stronger than the Celestial Duke from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect and the old woman from King Qin's mansion in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Rumor has it that most of the golden assassins in the black market in the wasteland aren't from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Most of the golden assassins are high-ranking officials of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. They secretly accept missions to earn extra money. With that thought in mind, Duan Lingtian made a further guess. The gold medal assassin in front of him was most likely a high-ranking figure in one of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Furthermore, with his strength, his status in that immortal sect was definitely not low. Something's wrong. Soon after, Duan Lingtian noticed something was amiss. He doesn't seem to have any intention of making a move on Huan. His attention is on me. To be more precise, it's on the 3 overarching heaven pills in my hand. After realizing this, Duan Lingtian secretly let out a sigh of relief. What do you plan to do now? Duan Lingtian looked at the gold medal assassin. His slightly tense face relaxed as he regained his composure and asked straightforwardly. You are very smart. Seeing that Duan Lingtian had regained his composure, the gold medal assassin took a deep look at Duan Lingtian and said, As long as you promise me one thing, I'll spare the girl's life. The gold medal assassin continued to say, As long as you promise me one thing, I'll protect the girl from being threatened by the black market assassins. I'll even kill the person who issued the mission and annihilate his entire clan. The gold medal assassin spoke as if he was talking about something that was not important at all. What is it? Duan Lingtian's eyes flashed as he asked bluntly. However, in his heart he could vaguely guess what the person in front of him wanted him to agree to. If the gold medal assassin was from one of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, then he must be a high-ranking figure in that sect. After discovering a prominent celestial alchemist, it was only natural that the gold medal assassin hoped the prominent celestial alchemist would join his sect. Join the Tai Yi celestial sect. The gold medal assassin stared at Duan Lingtian and did not beat around the bush. The Tai Yi celestial sect. Duan Lingtian's heart skipped a beat. He looked at the gold medal assassin meaningfully and said, It seems like you're from the Tai Yi celestial sect. Moreover, based on your strength, you're definitely not an ordinary person. You must be one of the few high-ranking figures in the Tai Yi celestial sect. May I know which high-ranking figure you're from in the Tai Yi celestial sect? Duan Lingtian's eyes glinted when he reached the end of his sentence. You're very smart. The gold medal assassin said indifferently, However, there's no need for you to know who I am in the Tai Yi celestial sect. Those who know about it usually don't have a good ending. A hint of killing intent flashed in the gold medal assassin's eyes as he spoke. What if I don't agree? Duan Lingtian asked. You're a smart person. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, the gold medal assassin's eyes narrowed slightly. When he spoke again, his voice was cold and filled with killing intent. It was as though he would kill Duan Lingtian at any moment. If you're sincere, why don't you take off your mask and talk to me? Duan Lingtian said indifferently. Take off my mask? The gold medal assassin looked at Duan Lingtian coldly. You mean, if I take off my mask, you'll agree to join the Tai Yi celestial sect? Perhaps. Duan Lingtian said indifferently. You're messing with me. The gold medal assassin was enraged. The aura on his body swept out again. This time he did not hold back and directly sent Duan Lingtian flying. Duan Lingtian crashed into a few stone tables and chairs in the backyard, causing him to spit out a few mouthfuls of blood. Brother Lingtian. Huan Er cried out as she rushed forward to catch Duan Lingtian, who was sent flying like an arrow. Her eyes were filled with concern as she looked at Duan Lingtian. I'm fine. With Huaner's help, Duanling Tian wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He looked at the gold-plated assassin with a smile on his face as he said, "So, are you willing to make a bet? If I don't take off my mask, I won't join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. However, if you take off your mask, I might agree to join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect on a whim." When Duanling Tian reached the end of his sentence, he looked at the gold assassin meaningfully. Duanling Tian took the initiative to make a decision. Huaner looked at the gold medal assassin with killing intent as she supported Duanling Tian. She could not wait to kill the gold medal assassin. However, she knew she would not be a match for the gold medal assassin even if she used the secret method from her inherited memory and sacrificed herself. The gold medal assassin was too strong. Apart from her mother, he was the strongest person she had met in her life. "Do you have a death wish?" The gold medal killer's tone suddenly turned cold, and at the same time, he was a little impatient. Duanling Tian merely smiled when he heard the gold medal assassin's threat. He remained silent as though he was confident the gold medal assassin would make a decision. As it turned out, Duanling Tian was right. After a moment of stalemate with Duanling Tian, the gold assassin realized it was impossible for Duanling Tian to give in. He took a deep breath and placed his hand on the golden mask on his face. However, he did not take off his mask immediately. "If you dare to trick me, not only will I kill the girl next to you, but I'll also tear you to pieces and burn your bones to ashes," the gold medal assassin said coldly as he took off his golden mask. Instantly, a square face that was filled with stubbles appeared before Duanling Tian's eyes. There was a crimson-red mole between the eyebrows of this burly middle-aged man with a square face. It was extremely eye-catching. Duanling Tian could vaguely guess the gold medal assassin's identity when he saw his face. Although he did not know all the high-ranking officials in the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland, he knew some of the most powerful high-ranking officials in the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland. Among them were the most powerful high-ranking officials in the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. In the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, the sect leader and the supreme elder were the most powerful. Moreover, the Tai Yi Celestial Sect only had one supreme elder. Below them were the two guardians of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. "If I'm not mistaken, you must be Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, right?" Duanling Tian asked. "That's right. I'm Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect." The burly middle-aged man replied honestly when he heard Duanling Tian's words. However, he was not surprised that Duanling Tian was able to recognize him. As one of the most powerful high-ranking officials in the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, his portrait had long spread throughout the wasteland. Anyone who had seen his portrait would be able to recognize him. "I've long heard that the gold medal assassins in the wasteland are not simple. Perhaps, one of the gold medal assassins is the sect leader of one of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland." Duanling Tian said with a sigh, "Although I didn't encounter any of the sect leaders of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland, I'm considered lucky to encounter the left guardian of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect." "Don't change the subject. Tai Tai," he said coldly, "now that I've taken off my mask, you should be able to tell me if you're willing to join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, right? You better think carefully. If you refuse, not only will you die, even the girl beside you will also die." Tai Tai He's voice was laced with a hint of menace when he spoke. At the same time, there was a hint of impatience in Tai Tai He's tone. "I've thought it through." As soon as Tai Tai He finished speaking, Duanling Tian said, "First of all, I'd like to thank you for your kindness, left guardian of Dharma. You're even willing to give up this mission for me. However, I've long decided to join the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Therefore, it's impossible for me to join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect." Duanling Tian did not hesitate to say that he would not join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. "You've long decided to join the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect?" Tai Tai He's expression changed drastically as his celestial origin energy surged out of his body like a raging inferno. His thunderous voice rang in Duanling Tian's ears, deafening. Chapter 2766. Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, shouted. Boom. A vast amount of celestial origin energy surged out of his body. 6 lightning bolts that looked like tiny snakes could be seen coiling around the celestial origin energy. It gave people a creepy feeling. 6 combination Immortal Lord. When Tai Tai He's celestial origin energy was surrounded by 6 lightning bolts, Duanling Tian couldn't help but narrow his eyes when he saw the strange phenomenon of the celestial origin energy. At the same time he sighed inwardly. The rumors were true. In the past he had heard, In the Tai celestial sect, the sect leader and the supreme elder were 7-star celestial dukes while the 2 guardians were 6 combination celestial dukes. Of course, after meeting Big Brother Pei, he knew that the rumors were not entirely true. According to Brother Pei, each of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland had an 8 trigram celestial duke. Therefore, Duan Lingtian guessed. In the Tai celestial sect, one of the sect leader or the supreme elder might be an 8 trigram celestial duke, or the Tai celestial sect might have an 8 trigram celestial duke. Left guardian of Dharma. Duan Lingtian's expression was as calm as ever as he looked at Tai, he who seemed ready to kill him at any time. Even if you kill me and Huan you'll only be completing your mission. If that's the case, you might lose an opportunity to ask someone to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. Duan Lingtian said lightly. Aren't you unwilling to join the Tai celestial sect? Tai, who had originally been somewhat impatient, was in no hurry to make a move after hearing Duan Lingtian's words. Instead he asked with a cold smile. I can't join the Tai celestial sect, but that doesn't mean I can't help you refine the overarching heaven pill, the left guardian of Dharma. As long as you can provide me with the ingredients to refine the overarching heaven pills, I can refine the overarching heaven pills for you for free. This won't change even if I join the martial dragon celestial sect. Duan Lingtian looked at Tai and said frankly, of course the prerequisite is that you, the left guardian of Dharma, trust me. Hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Tai he didn't rush to speak. Instead he just stood there and stared at Duan Lingtian. To be more precise, he was looking into Duan Lingtian's eyes. His gaze swept past Duan Lingtian's cheeks, as if he wanted to see if Duan Lingtian was just brushing him off. After all, once Duan Lingtian joined the martial dragon celestial sect, it would be extremely difficult for him to threaten Duan Lingtian. At that time, Duan Lingtian could just go back on his words and ignore him. Unless Duan Lingtian was truly trustworthy, there was no need for him to abandon his mission and allow the martial dragon celestial sect to have a prominent celestial alchemist capable of refining the overarching heaven pill for a promise that he might not be able to fulfill. Duan Lingtian faced Tai his gaze calmly without the slightest trace of guilt. Since he had made the promise, he had no intention of going back on his words. I hope you won't disappoint me. In the end, Tai he chose to believe Duan Lingtian. Apart from the fact that he could tell Duan Lingtian was not someone who would go back on his words, he chose to believe Duan Lingtian because he had made the choice in his heart. If he killed Duan Lingtian and Duan Lingtian's servant, he would be able to complete his mission. On the other hand, if he did not kill Duan Lingtian and his servant, he would not have to worry about the consequences of abandoning his mission. Moreover, he would be able to obtain a large number of overarching heaven pills at any time. In the end, he chose the second option. Swoosh. Before Duan Lingtian and Huan could react, Tai his figure flashed and disappeared like a ghost. The person who issued the mission to kill this girl is the Golden Light King, the Golden Light King from the Golden Light Mansion under the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. After I leave, I'll help you kill the Golden Light King and annihilate his entire clan. At this moment, Tai his voice rang in Duan Lingtian and Huan ears. The Golden Light King, the Golden Light King? Duan Lingtian's expression turned cold when he heard Tai his words. He did not expect the Golden Light King would be so crazy as to hire a black market assassin to kill Huan. Previously, he had met the Golden Light King's father on the street. Due to the fact that both of them had second form Chaos Divine Flames, they were like fire and water. However, the outcome was different. After the Golden Light King's father died, his second form Chaos Divine Flame devoured the Golden Light King's father's second form Chaos Divine Flame. Moreover, the Golden Light King's father was the one who tried to kill him first. Huan had killed the Golden Light King's father to protect him. Fortunately, I'm a prominent celestial alchemist who can refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. Otherwise Huan would have been in deep trouble. Duan Lingtian could not help but shudder when he thought about this. If something happened to Huan because of him, he would never be able to forgive himself. The Golden Light King, the Golden Light King? He hired a black market assassin to kill me? Do I have a grudge against him? Unlike Duan Lingtian, Huan, who had always been calm and collected, had long forgotten about the matter. She did not think about it at all. She did not think about it at all. Huan, do you remember the old man who wanted to kill me, the old prince of the Golden Light Mansion whom you killed on the street? At that time, I asked you and Xiaoling to protect me while you used your celestial origin energy to form 4 ice walls to protect me. Duan Lingtian reminded Huan. Upon hearing Duan Lingtian's words, Huan finally recalled the incident. Her eyes turned cold as she thought to herself, so it's that guy. If I knew he would do this I would have killed him. Huan recalled the incident when she heard Duan Lingtian's words. She also remembered the Golden Light King, the Golden Light King, the Golden Light King from the Golden Light Mansion. You don't have to do anything now. The left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect will do it for us. Duan Lingtian said. Brother Lingtian, you didn't even agree to let him join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. Why would he help us? Huan asked in confusion. Huan this is where he's smart. Duan Lingtian's eyes flashed with a hint of wisdom as he said with a faint smile, it's risky for him to believe that I'll help him refine overarching heaven pills for free in the future. However, since he's willing to do me a favor, it's not that risky. After all, it's not right for me to go back on my word. Moreover, it's not right for me to lose my status as a prominent celestial alchemist. Duan Lingtian said. Huan nodded, seemingly understanding Duan Lingtian's words. Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, had broken into the Tai Yi Celestial Sect's residence. When Tai Tai Yi was in the 13th Prince's residence, he had set up a formation in the courtyard where Duan Lingtian and Huan were staying. Therefore, even though he had caused quite a commotion in the courtyard, no one had noticed him. Even Qiu Ling, the strongest heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial in the 13th Prince's residence, did not notice anything amiss. Huan try taking this overarching heaven pill. See if it's compatible with the medicinal efficacy in your body and can help you improve your cultivation base. After Tai Tai He left, Duan Lingtian could not wait to find out if Huan could raise her cultivation base by consuming the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. This was one of the reasons he had been working so hard to familiarize himself with the method to refine prominent celestial pills. Duan Lingtian was filled with anticipation when Huan took the overarching heaven pill to cultivate. However, the first thing she said when she opened her eyes caused the anticipation on his face to disappear. It was replaced with a helpless smile and a hint of disappointment. Brother Lingtian, the medicinal efficacy of the overarching heaven pill is completely negated by the medicinal efficacy of the overarching heaven pill. These were Huan's words. Upon hearing this, Duan Lingtian realized that Huan's overarching heaven pill was extremely powerful. The pills Huan's mother gave her were extremely overbearing. Not only were ordinary pills useless to her, but even overarching heaven pills were useless to her as well. Brother Lingtian, it's alright. Even if I can't take the overarching heaven pill, my cultivation speed is still not slow. Huan smiled and comforted Duan Lingtian when she saw the disappointment on his face. Huan was beautiful to begin with. When she smiled, Duan Lingtian felt as though he was bathed in a spring breeze. His bad mood instantly improved. His eyes were attracted by Huan's beautiful face. After a long while he finally regained his senses and looked away. About 10 days later, a piece of news reached the 13th Prince's residence. The Golden Light King, the Golden Tiger, has been killed. The entire Golden Light Mansion has been annihilated. Duan Lingtian learned about this from Long Fei Yun, the 13th Prince. When Long Fei Yun received the news, he immediately came looking for Duan Lingtian and told him about it. Long Fei Yun had come looking for Duan Lingtian because Duan Lingtian and Huan had a grudge against the Golden Light Mansion in the past. Even the people from the Golden Light Mansion in the Imperial Palace are dead. It's certain the culprit is a Celestial Duke, and it's highly likely he's not an ordinary Celestial Duke. Long Fei Yun sighed as he looked at Duan Lingtian who was sitting across from him. The Golden Light Mansion dared to provoke a Celestial Duke? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow in surprise. The surprised expression on Duan Lingtian's face was not an act. He was not surprised by Long Fei Yun's speculation that the culprit was a Celestial Duke. However, he was rather surprised that the Golden Light Mansion was annihilated. He did not expect Duan Lingtian to be so arrogant. He did not expect Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, to be so ruthless and decisive. Chapter 2767. The people from the Golden Light Mansion shouldn't have offended a Celestial Duke. Unless they had offended someone with a powerful background and the backing of a Celestial Duke. Long Fei Yun looked at Duan Lingtian meaningfully as he spoke. It was as though Duan Lingtian had a powerful background and the backing of a Celestial Duke. Long Fei Yun thought this way because he did not think the people from the Golden Light Mansion would have offended a Celestial Duke. A Celestial Duke was extremely powerful. Even the Golden Tiger, the king of the Golden Light Mansion, had to bow before a Celestial Duke, let alone offending a Celestial Duke. For this reason, Long Fei Yun speculated. the Celestial Duke must be the person behind the purple-clad young man. The purple-clad young man was a great overarching golden celestial who was not even 100 years old. Moreover, the purple-clad young man was an overarching heavenly supreme celestial who was not even 100 years old. Long Fei Yun did not believe such a person did not have a powerful background. Initially, Long Fei Yun thought Duan Ling Tian was from a powerful sect outside the wasteland. However, when Duan Ling Tian agreed to join the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, he dismissed this thought. After all, it was impossible for someone with a powerful background to join another sect. Moreover, Duan Ling Tian was a prominent celestial alchemist. This made Long Fei Yun even more certain that Duan Ling Tian had a powerful background. After all, to become a prominent celestial alchemist, one had to obtain a prominent celestial fire. However, not everyone could obtain a prominent celestial fire. Long Fei Yun speculated. Duan Ling Tian came from a powerful clan outside the wasteland. He was a disciple of a powerful clan. The disciples of the clans didn't have to worry so much when they joined a sect. What? 13th Prince, do you think there's a Celestial Duke behind me, and that Celestial Duke annihilated the entire Golden Light Mansion? It was not difficult for Duan Ling Tian to guess Long Fei Yun's thoughts when he saw Long Fei Yun's gaze. He could not help but laugh. Yes, that's what I think. Long Fei Yun nodded and did not deny it. All I can say is, the annihilation of Golden Light Mansion was indeed related to me. However, the Heavenly High Immortal who made the move wasn't the Heavenly High Immortal behind me. If I'm not mistaken, it's Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. Duan Ling Tian said bluntly. Previously, Long Fei Yun had given him a Duke-grade celestial weapon in exchange for a prominent celestial pill cauldron. This had improved his impression of Long Fei Yun. Although it wasn't to the point of completely treating Long Fei Yun as a close friend, it was to a certain extent that Long Fei Yun was a friend. Tai. Long Fei Yun's eyes narrowed. He then looked at Duan Ling Tian and asked seriously, Brother Duan, why do you say that he did it? As a prince of a high-rank celestial kingdom, he naturally knew who Tai Taiha was. Tai Taiha was one of the strongest people in the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. He was a bona fide 6-combination Celestial Duke. Celestial Dukes were divided into 10 levels. A 1 basic Celestial Duke was enough to wipe out the entire Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, let alone a 6-combination Celestial Duke who was 5 levels stronger than a 1 basic Celestial Duke. Although Long Fei Yun was the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, he was no different from an ant in front of someone like Tai Tai He. Even if the 4th prince and the 7th prince were killed by Tai Tai He in front of his father, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, his father, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, would not even dare to fart, let alone the fact that he was the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Perhaps he might even apologize and say that his sons deserved to be killed. Tai Tai He's status was too high. Even if Long Fei Yun became the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom in the future, he would still have to look up to Tai Tai He. It's because he came looking for me. Duan Ling Tian spoke unhurriedly. He did not conceal anything as he recounted the entire sequence of events. In his opinion, there was no need to conceal anything. What? The Golden Light King, the Golden Tiger, hired a black market assassin to kill Miss Huan. Long Fei Yun's expression changed drastically as killing intent flashed in his eyes. How dare he? It's good that he's dead. If I had known about this earlier, I would have killed him even without Guardian Tai from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect. However, after a while Long Fei Yun seemed to have recalled something. The killing intent in his eyes faded away as he looked at Duan Ling Tian excitedly. Brother Duan, you successfully refined the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill? Yes. Duan Ling Tian nodded. Then, he raised his hand and took out the remaining 2 overarching heaven pills and handed them to Long Fei Yun. I've refined 3 overarching heaven pills this time. Huan has already consumed 1. These 2 overarching heaven pills are useless to me for now, so I'll give them to you, 13th Prince. 2 overarching heaven pills. Long Fei Yun's breathing quickened when he saw Duan Ling Tian handing the 2 overarching heaven pills to him. A hint of greed could be seen in his eyes as he looked at the 2 overarching heaven pills. It was as though he could not wait to take them for himself. After all, 2 overarching heaven pills were equivalent to 2 overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Many peak great overarching golden celestials only needed 1 overarching heaven pill to break through and become an overarching heavenly supreme celestial. As long as he was willing to give them the overarching heaven pill, they would be willing to work for him. However, despite his desire, Long Fei Yun restrained himself. Brother Duan, you should give these 2 overarching heaven pills to Miss Huaner as well. You can give them to me if you have any more in the future. Take them. Duan Lingtian shook his head. Huaner has consumed the overarching heaven pill earlier, but she still can't absorb the medicinal efficacy. Therefore the overarching heaven pill is useless to her. I'm still far from becoming a peak great overarching golden celestial, so I don't need the overarching heaven pill for now. The overarching heaven pill is useless to Miss Huaner? Long Fei Yun was shocked by Duan Lingtian's words. He was already shocked when he learned the weaving overarching pill was useless to Huaner. Now that he learned the overarching heaven pill was useless to Huaner, he was even more shocked. Who was Huaner? She was not a heaven stage overarching heavenly supreme celestial, but the overarching heaven pill was useless to her. In the end, Long Fei Yun accepted the overarching heaven pill. Brother Duan, do you really plan to refine overarching heaven pills for Tai Tai He in the future? Long Fei Yun asked. Of course. Duan Lingtian nodded. Duan Lingtian won't go back on my word. Moreover, Guardian Tai has annihilated the entire Golden Light Mansion. Although it's a little cruel, I have no choice but to accept his kindness. Brother Duan, I admire you for keeping your word. Long Fei Yun praised him. Time flew by like a white steed flitting by a crack. Before long, the day of the grand contest of the wasteland had arrived. On this day, a group of people walked out of the capital of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. The person in the lead was a tall, middle-aged man with a square face. He was dressed in a golden dragon robe, and his long black hair was draped over his shoulders. He had a majestic air about him even though he did not look angry. He was none other than Long Dongping, the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Long Dongping's roofless carriage was pulled by 9 immortal beasts that looked like lions and tigers. These 9 immortal beasts had thick golden manes all over their bodies. Under the contrast of the sunlight, they looked extremely dazzling from afar. Those are the lion-tiger beasts. They have great strength and speed. They're comparable to heaven-rank great overarching golden celestials. A young man in the crowd looked at a young man dressed in purple next to him and pointed at the 9-headed celestial beast that resembled lions and tigers. The imperial family of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom has spent a lot of money to raise these lion-tiger beasts. They're extremely precious. On one side was a purple-clothed young man, and on the other side of him was a white-clothed woman wearing a white veil and a gauze hat. Based on this, one could easily guess his identity. He was none other than Duan Lingtian. Today was the day Long Dongping, the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, would lead 50 young powerhouses under the age of 100 to the central area of the wasteland to participate in the grand contest of the wasteland. For this reason, they had left the capital of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom early in the morning. The grand contest of the wasteland would be held in Tai City in the central area of the wasteland. Tai City was controlled by the Tai celestial sect, one of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. The grand contest of the wasteland was usually held in the 3 cities controlled by the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Since Tai City was quite a distance away from the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, the people from the soaring dragon celestial kingdom had left earlier. However, there were people from other celestial kingdoms that were further away from Tai City who had left earlier. For example, the intermediate rank celestial kingdom, the Cloudy Rock celestial kingdom, which Duan Lingtian was from, had left earlier than the people from the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. His speed is comparable to a heaven-rank great overarching golden celestial. Upon hearing Long Fei Yun's words, Duan Lingtian could not help but click his tongue. This was his first time seeing such a powerful celestial beast without intelligence since he came to the spirit overarching heaven. It was comparable to a heaven-rank great overarching golden celestial. It must cost a lot of great overarching pills to raise such a celestial beast, right? Duan Lingtian asked as he looked at Long Fei Yun. Yes. Long Fei Yun nodded. However, the imperial family of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom can only raise them to this level. Great overarching pills are useless if we want to raise them to the peak of the great overarching golden celestial stage. Then we have to raise them with overarching heaven pills. Long Fei Yun shook his head when he reached the end of his sentence. That's not something the soaring dragon celestial kingdom can afford. Golden overarching pills. Chapter 2768. Duan Lingtian knew a thing or two about the golden evolution pill. The golden evolution pill was a mediocre grade celestial pill used by great overarching golden celestials. Regardless of the level of a great overarching golden celestial, it would elevate one's cultivation level by a level. Naturally, this applied to peak Great Overarching Golden Celestials. The next step after peak Great Overarching Golden Celestials was to become Overarching Heavenly Supreme Celestials. The Golden Evolution Pill would be useless to those at this stage. For this reason, if a Great Overarching Golden Celestial possessed a Golden Evolution Pill, they would choose to consume it when they were Heaven-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestials to break through and become peak Great Overarching Golden Celestials. If a peak Great Overarching Golden Celestial wanted to advance further, they would have to rely on the prominent Celestial Pill, the Overarching Heaven Pill. Indeed, the Great Overarching Pill can only help a Great Overarching Golden Celestial to raise an unintelligent Celestial beast to the Heaven-rank Great Overarching Golden Celestial. If they want to advance further, they'll have to consume the Golden Evolution Pill. However, not just any human Great Overarching Golden Celestial can obtain the Golden Evolution Pill. It's extremely rare even among mediocre grade Celestial Pills. Its value is even higher than many prominent Celestial Pills. Let alone the Imperial family of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, not many people in the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland would dare to use the Golden Evolution Pill to raise an unintelligent celestial beast. Duan Lingtian thought to himself. It's even more difficult to raise a celestial beast to the level of an overarching heavenly supreme celestial since it requires a large amount of prominent celestial pills, the overarching heaven pill. The overarching heaven pill is extremely rare even among the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland. For this reason, Duan Lingtian was certain there were no celestial beasts in the three major celestial sects. Even in the three major celestial sects of the Wasteland, there might not be many celestial beasts at the level of overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Apart from the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, his subordinates and 50 young powerhouses, there were many people accompanying the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom on their way to Tai City, one of the three great overarching golden celestial sects. These people were the princes and their subordinates, the princes and their subordinates, the princes and their subordinates, the kings and their subordinates. Long Xiang Yun and Long Qing Yun, the fourth prince and the seventh prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, were among them. However, Duan Lingtian, Huan, Long Fei Yun, and the others kept a distance from the others. Qiu Ling, who was standing behind Long Fei Yun, was the one who led them. Since Qiu Ling was a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, it was easy for him to lead Duan Lingtian and the other two to catch up to the nine-headed liger beast. This 13th brother is really lucky. The fourth prince, Long Xiang Yun, glanced at Long Fei Yun from time to time. His expression was extremely unsightly. Although he was one of the 50 young powerhouses from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom who were participating in the Wasteland Grand Contest, his strength was mediocre compared to Duan Lingtian and Feng Wuji Guang. For this reason he could not help but feel envious when he saw Duan Lingtian, the 13th prince, participating in the Wasteland Grand Contest with Long Fei Yun. It's a good thing father doesn't like 13th brother. Otherwise, there would be another obstacle in my path to becoming the emperor. Long Qing Yun, the seventh prince, thought to himself as he looked at Long Fei Yu. After all, he did not know if Duan Lingtian would be able to help his 13th brother become the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom after he joined the Martial Dragon Celestial sect. Perhaps Duan Lingtian did not have the ability to do so now. However, that might not be the case in the future. The group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom made their way to Tai City, one of the three largest cities in the central area of the Wasteland. It was a peaceful journey. No one dared to stop or rob them. However, this was to be expected. Based on the group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, not many people in the Wasteland would dare to provoke them. Naturally, if a Celestial Duke made a move, the group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom would have no choice but to back down. However, there was a problem. In the immortal sects of the Wasteland, there was no need for an immortal monarch expert to do such a thing. They could do well in the Wasteland just by relying on their cultivation. There was no need for them to block the way and rob others. Brother Duan will arrive at Tai City in 3 days. After traveling for half a month, Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince, said to Duan Lingtian. Duan Lingtian nodded with a calm expression that was neither happy nor sad. He did not care about the upcoming grand contest of the Wasteland at all. After all, he knew it was just a formality. He could even join the Martial Dragon Celestial sect without participating in the grand contest of the Wasteland. However, he still planned to go through the formalities. 3 days passed in just a blink of an eye. The group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom arrived outside Tai City. Under the lead of Long Dongping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, they descended from the sky and landed outside Tai City. Standing outside Taiyi City, one could not see anyone entering or leaving the city. Clearly, there was a rule in Taiyi City that forbade people from entering or leaving the city. This is Taiyi City? Although Duanling Tian was mentally prepared, his eyes still lit up when he saw Taiyi City for the first time. Taiyi City was definitely the largest city he had ever seen in the mundane realms and Devata realms. It was even larger than the capital of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. This was something he had discovered before he descended from the sky. However, he was not surprised. After all, Taiyi City was one of the 3 largest cities in the central area of the wasteland. Moreover, it was under the control of the Taiyi sect, one of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. These people must be here to participate in the grand contest of the wasteland in 3 months, right? When the group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom entered Taiyi City, the passers-by could not help but whisper among themselves as they tried to guess the group's identity. There are at least 50 young powerhouses among these people. It seems like they're from a high-rank celestial kingdom. There are 39 high-rank celestial kingdoms in the wasteland. I wonder which high-rank celestial kingdom they're from. They're so ostentatious. The middle-aged man sitting in the carriage with the 9-headed liger beast must be the emperor of a high-rank celestial kingdom, right? He looks quite majestic. Such an existence is a supreme existence in the high-grade celestial kingdom he's from. However, in our Taiyi City he's nothing. Indeed. Currently, many people from high-rank celestial kingdoms have gathered in Taiyi City. Most of them were personally led by their emperors to participate in the grand contest of the wasteland. As the group of people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom passed by, the passers-by discussed among themselves. Many of them were even looking at Duanling Tian and the others. The grand contest of the wasteland was held in Taiyi City. The organizer was the Taiyi Celestial Sect, one of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. For this reason, the Taiyi Celestial Sect had arranged accommodations for the people from the high-rank celestial kingdoms in Taiyi City. Naturally, the accommodations were also divided into different grades. The high-rank celestial kingdoms had the best accommodations, the intermediate-rank celestial kingdoms had the second-best accommodations, and the low-rank celestial kingdoms had the worst accommodations. As a high-rank celestial kingdom, the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom were arranged to stay in a spacious mansion. Each of them was given a courtyard of their own. Duanling Tian was no exception. Although Huaner was also given an independent courtyard, she did not plan to stay there. Instead, she followed Duanling Tian into his courtyard. It was obvious she did not want to be separated from Duanling Tian. Brother Duan, Miss Huan, this must be your first time in Taiyi City, right? Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince, knocked on the door and asked with a smile on his face. Yes. Duanling Tian nodded. Then do you want to go out with me and find a restaurant to have a meal? Long Fei Yun asked. Upon hearing Long Fei Yun's words, Duanling Tian immediately looked at Huaner who was standing next to him. When he saw Huaner looking at him with a hint of anticipation in her eyes, he nodded and agreed to Long Fei Yun's suggestion. Duanling Tian did not mind. Even if he did not come to Taiyi City, he was not interested in touring the city. However, since Huaner liked to tour the city, he was willing to accompany her. Brother Ling Tian, do you like to go shopping? Huaner had asked Duanling Tian in the past. I'll go shopping as long as you like it. These were Duanling Tian's exact words. His tone was filled with affection when he said these words. Duanling Tian was not lying. After all, whenever he went shopping with Huaner, he would feel relaxed whenever he saw Huaner acting like a child. In fact, he enjoyed this feeling very much. Naturally, Duanling Tian still had reservations about Huaner. He treated her like a younger sister and did not have any other thoughts. This was not because Huaner was not attractive, but because Duanling Tian was not in the mood to date at all. After all, 2 of his wives and 1 of his confidants were in the divine offering land that he had no idea where they were. Let's go then. Long Fei Yun beckoned to Duanling Tian and Huaner before he and Qiu Ling left the residence that the Taiyi Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom to wander around Taiyi City. When they were walking on the main road, Duanling Tian felt as though someone was looking at him. He immediately looked ahead and saw a young man dressed in a brocade robe staring at him intently. However, when the young man saw Duanling Tian looking at him, he withdrew his gaze and walked away as though no one was looking at him. He seems to recognize me? Duanling Tian frowned. He was certain he had never seen the young man before. On the other side, after the young man left, his eyes lit up. Isn't that purple-clad young man the man and woman in the floating image pearl that the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom possesses? Chapter 2769. The young man was from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, an intermediate-rank celestial kingdom. He was also from a powerful clan in the capital of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. He was close to the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Therefore he had seen the floating image pearl the sixth prince had obtained from Nangong Li, the young master of the Nangong clan, a third-rate clan in the capital of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Within the scryer projection, there was a perfect woman with a peerless appearance. Although it had been a long time, he would never forget the moment he saw the woman in the floating image pearl. Her eyebrows were as beautiful as a painting, and her eyes were as clear as water. She was tall and slender, and she was dressed in a thin white robe. The cold aura she emitted made her seem like a celestial. She was elegant and refined like a celestial. The woman's perfect face in particular seemed to be the product of God's favoritism. There were no flaws in her face at all. He still remembered. At that time his heart was racing and he could not wait to make her his. However, he was aware of his own limitations. The woman was someone the sixth prince had taken a liking to. She was not someone he could lay his hands on. At that time, apart from the white-clad woman, there was also a purple-clad young man in the floating image pearl. He looked identical to the man I saw earlier. Moreover, that person earlier was also wearing purple. Also, there was a white-clothed woman beside that person earlier. However, she was wearing a veil and a hat, so no one could see her appearance clearly. However, her figure was similar to the white-clad woman in the floating image pearl. The young man's eyes shone brightly as he thought to himself. The young man's eyes lit up when he thought about this. It seems like this woman with a veil and a hat is the peerless beauty that the sixth prince has been searching for in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. It just so happens that the sixth prince is also here this time. If I tell the sixth prince about this, with the sixth prince's character of fair rewards and punishments, he will definitely not mistreat me. The young man's eyes shone brightly when he thought about this. As an intermediate-rank celestial kingdom, the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had 30 spots to participate in the grand contest of the wasteland. Therefore, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had brought along 30 young powerhouses who were younger than 100 years old. These 30 young powerhouses who were not even 100 years old were elites among the younger generation in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Apart from the 30 young powerhouses who were younger than 100 years old, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom was accompanied by many princes and people from the various king mansions. The sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom was one of them. Although Duanling Tian had noticed the young man's strange behavior, he quickly put this matter to the back of his mind after the young man left. He continued to stroll around Taiyi City with Huan. Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, walked side by side with Duanling Tian and Huan. Brother Duan, did Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Taiyi Celestial Sect, look for you after he left? Suddenly, Long Feiyun seemed to have thought of something and asked Duanling Tian. No. Duanling Tian shook his head. Duanling Tian was puzzled by this. He had thought Tai Tai He would rush to the Taiyi Celestial Sect to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill, after he agreed to help Tai Tai He refine the overarching heaven pill. However, the Wasteland Grand Contest was about to begin, and yet Tai Tai He had not come to look for him. This doesn't make sense. Long Fei Yun found this strange as well. If he were Tai Tai He would have given Duanling Tian the required materials to refine the overarching heaven pill before Duanling Tian joined the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Perhaps he's held up by something. Duanling Tian said. That's the only explanation. Long Fei Yun nodded. As soon as Long Fei Yun finished speaking, a voice rang in Long Fei Yun's and Duanling Tian's ears. Hey, have you heard? Tai Tai He, the guardian of the Taiyi Celestial Sect, has successfully broken through and become a 7-star Celestial Duke a few days ago. From now on, there will be 3 7-star Celestial Dukes in the Taiyi Celestial Sect. Duanling Tian and Long Fei Yun looked at each other when they heard the voice. Both of them saw the realization in each other's eyes. I didn't expect this to happen. It seems like Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Taiyi Celestial Sect, has been in closed-door cultivation recently. A few days ago he had successfully broken through and became a 7-star Celestial Duke. Long Fei Yun exclaimed. 7-star Celestial Duke. Duanling Tian's calm heart stirred slightly. He did not expect the left guardian of Dharma of the Taiyi Celestial Sect, whom he had met once before, had become a 7-star celestial duke. Although there was only a difference of 1 stage between a 7-star celestial duke and a 6-combination celestial duke, the difference in strength was like a chasm. At the very least, the only 7-star celestial dukes in the Tai celestial sect were the sect leader and the supreme elder. Now that Tai he had made a breakthrough, the number of 7-star celestial dukes in the Tai celestial sect had increased from 2 to 3. Moreover, the Tai celestial sect's overall strength had greatly improved. Originally, the Tai celestial sect was slightly stronger than the Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect due to their king-grade celestial weapon. Now that the Tai celestial sect has a 7-star celestial duke, there's no doubt they're stronger than the Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect. I'm afraid the situation in the wasteland will change after this incident. At the very least, the Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect won't be able to sit still. That's only natural. The 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland have always been in a state of balance. Now that the Tai celestial sect has a 7-star celestial duke, the Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect will definitely be wary of the Tai celestial sect. In my opinion, the Thousand Spiders celestial sect and the Martial Dragon celestial sect might join forces in the future to suppress the Tai celestial sect. If the Tai celestial sect defeats them one by one, the Tai celestial sect will definitely dominate the wasteland in the future. Meanwhile, Duan Tian and the others heard the discussions of the passers-by. They were all talking about the 7-star celestial duke in the Tai celestial sect. However, Duan Tian was not affected by Tai He's breakthrough at all. To Duan Tian, the Martial Dragon celestial sect and the wasteland were just a stepping stone for him to ascend to the spirit overarching heaven. In the future he would leave the wasteland and head to a bigger stage. After all, his goal was the divine offering land that was above the Devata realms. However, even Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, has never heard of the divine offering land. It seems like I'll have to leave the wasteland if I want to know more about the divine offering land. Previously, Duan Tian had intentionally asked Long Fei Yun if he knew about the divine offering land. However, Long Fei Yun had said he did not know about it. In fact, when Long Fei Yun had asked a few knowledgeable people in the imperial family of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, none of them had heard of the divine offering land. They had even gone through many ancient books, but they could not find any information about the divine offering land. At that time Duan Tian knew. Based on the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's foundation, it was impossible for them to come into contact with the divine offering land. When Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial sect, comes to look for me, I can ask him about the divine offering land. If he doesn't know about it, I can only ask Brother Pei about it. Duan Tian thought to himself. I wonder when Brother Pei will return. However, by the time I come out of the little world, Brother Pei should be back by then. After all, if he doesn't return, I'm afraid the Martial Dragon Celestial sect will get their hands on the treasures in the little world. Duan Tian knew very well that the Martial Dragon Celestial sect was a divine offering land. Even if he was a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill, the Martial Dragon Celestial sect would definitely check his spatial ring if he came out of the little world safely. After all, the Martial Dragon Celestial sect's desire for the treasures in the little world is no less than their desire for the overarching heaven pill. In fact, their desire for the treasures in the little world is no less than a prominent celestial alchemist like me. Also, Brother Pei left to help me settle the matter of the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect forcing Murong Bing to marry someone from another sect. I wonder if everything went smoothly. Duan Tian's heart sank when he thought about Murong Bing from the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect. Although he did not have any feelings for her, they were still husband and wife after all. Therefore he treated her as his woman. He would not allow anyone to lay a finger on his woman. I'm still too weak. If I'm strong enough, I'll go to the Compassionate Celestial Traveler sect and take Murong Bing away. I'll kill anyone who dares to stop me. The moment Duan Tian thought of this, his eyes gleamed coldly as though he was about to devour someone. After that, he continued to walk around for another hour. Chem? Suddenly, Duan Tian's eyes narrowed as he saw 2 familiar figures. One of them was the young man dressed in embroidered robes whom he had met an hour ago. The other person was none other than Nangong Li, the young man whom Duan Tian and Huan had met near the capital of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. At that time, Nangong Li and the others had wanted to kill him and kidnap Huan. Therefore Huaner had killed almost all of them. Nangong Li, on the other hand, was the only one who managed to escape. Since he had used the floating light shadow talisman, his speed was comparable to a celestial duke. Your Highness, it's them. Chapter 2770. The person whom Nangong Li addressed as His Royal Highness the Sixth Prince was a skinny young man who wore a long golden robe. His footsteps were light, and there was a hint of gloominess between his eyebrows, giving off a gloomy feeling. Are you sure it's them? The golden-clad young man glanced at Duanling Tian and Huan for a moment before he shifted his gaze to Huan. His eyes were filled with lust as he sized up Huan in an unbridled manner. When she sensed the golden-robed young man's gaze, her beautiful eyes glinted coldly under the veil. A cold aura emanated from her body, causing the temperature in the surroundings to drop by a few degrees. It was as though winter had arrived. Your Highness, I can vouch with my life that the two people in the floating image pearl are them. However, the white-clad woman wasn't wearing a veil or a hat at that time. In the face of the golden-robed young man's question, Nangong Li said confidently, she's wearing a veil and a hat. It's obvious that she's trying to hide something. It had to be said that Nangong Li's words were reasonable and had caused the golden-robed young man to no longer have any doubts. Duanling Tian and Long Fei Yun's expressions darkened when they sensed the cold aura emanating from Huan and sensed the golden-clad young man's brazen gaze on Huan. Nangong and the others, led by the golden-clad young man, stood in front of Duanling Tian and the others in just a blink of an eye. The woman stays. As for you three men, scram. The golden-clad young man said coldly as he looked at Duanling Tian and the others. It was as though he was an emperor giving orders. Apart from Nangong Li and the young man in embroidered robes whom Duanling Tian had seen earlier, there were also two old men by the golden-clad young man's side. These two old men did not look simple at all. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. As soon as the golden-robed young man finished speaking, Duanling Tian, Long Feiyun, and Qiu Ling's expressions changed. The three of you, if you know what's good for you, scram. At the same time, Nangong Li, who was standing next to the golden-clad young man, said arrogantly to Duanling Tian, Long Feiyun, and Qiu Ling, this person next to me is the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. If you don't know what's good for you and offend the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, you... Just as Nangong was about to say something after using his power to intimidate others. What can we do if we offend the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom? Long Feiyun took a step forwards and looked at Nangong Li coldly. He interrupted Nangong Li and asked, what are you talking about? You. Nangong Li did not expect to be interrupted. His expression changed drastically as he glared at Long Feiyun. However, when Long Feiyun looked at him coldly, Nangong Li felt pressured. It was not because of his strength or cultivation base, but because of his aura. As the 13th prince of a high-rank celestial kingdom, Long Feiyun had cultivated the aura of a superior since he was young. On the other hand, Nangong Li was only the young master of a third-rate clan in the capital of an intermediate-rank celestial kingdom. The two of them were not on the same level at all. Long Feiyun's aura easily suppressed Nangong Li, causing Nangong Li to look away. His face was pale from the suppression of Long Feiyun's aura. Who are you? The sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom might be reckless, but it did not mean he was a fool. A hint of fear could be seen in his eyes when he saw Long Feiyun's aura. Huan, this matter isn't worth your time. Let the 13th prince handle it. Meanwhile, Duanling Tian, who had sensed Huan'er's anger, reached out and grabbed her hand. He squeezed her palm and comforted her. Huan''er had always trusted and obeyed Duanling Tian unconditionally. With Duanling Tian's comforting words, she calmed down and nodded obediently. The Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom is only an intermediate-rank celestial kingdom, right? Long Feiyun glanced at the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and said indifferently, if I'm not mistaken, the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom is near the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. The Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Upon hearing Long Feiyun's words, the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom narrowed his eyes warily. The Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was a high-rank celestial kingdom that the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom could not compare to. In the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, the strongest person was a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial. In the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, the strongest person was a heaven overarching heavenly supreme celestial. There was not a single peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial. You're from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? The sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom asked warily as he looked at Long Feiyun. There was no doubt the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom had come to Tai Yi City for the grand contest of the Wasteland, just like the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Moreover, the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom could sense that the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom was not simple. The golden-clad young man is the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom? However, it seems like the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom has bitten off more than he can chew. The young man seems to be from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Based on his aura, he's probably not an ordinary person. The noble aura he exudes is in no way inferior to the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. I just don't know who exactly he is. While Duan Ling Tian and the others were facing off against Nangong Li and the others, the onlookers could not help but whisper among themselves. They were curious about Long Fei Yun's identity. Qiu Ling scoffed and said, "The sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom dares to act so presumptuously in front of the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? You must be tired of living." As soon as Qiu Ling finished speaking, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body like a raging inferno. Then he shot toward the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom at lightning speed. Bang! Bang! Before the onlookers could react, the two old men behind the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom fell to the ground. Their chests caved in as they crashed to the ground. They were no longer breathing. Clearly they were dead. Gasp! 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 Gasp. The onlookers gasped when they saw the two old men behind the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had died in just a blink of an eye. When they looked at Qiu Ling, who had returned to Long Fei Yun's side, they were shocked. None of them had expected the middle-aged man to kill the two old men behind the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom so easily. It's obvious the two old men were the bodyguards of the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. They're at least overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Most likely they're profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Two overarching heavenly supreme celestials died just like that? Many of the onlookers were still in a daze. Some of them recalled Qiu Ling's words and were enlightened. As it turns out, he's the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. It's said that although the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom isn't favored by the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, he's one of the most powerful princes in the imperial family. I've also heard of the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Apart from that, I've also heard that the 13th prince has a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial protecting him. Moreover, the 13th prince has recruited a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's imperial family. The 13th prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom is indeed extraordinary to be able to recruit a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Does this mean this person is the heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial by the 13th prince's side? As the crowd discussed animatedly, their gazes once again landed on Qiu Ling, causing him to become the center of attention once again. Meanwhile, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? A heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial? When the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom heard Qiu Ling's words and saw the two profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials by his side being killed in just a blink of an eye, he knew he had met his match. The 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. As it turned out, the person standing before him was the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. The 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? Nangong Li and the brocade-clad young man next to the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom were horrified when they learned about Long Fei Yun's identity. The brocade-clad young man's body began to tremble violently. As for Nangong Li, he was so frightened that he fell to the ground and peed in his pants. "Brother Duan, how do you plan to deal with them?" Long Fei Yun asked with a smile as he looked at Duan Ling Tian. Duan Ling Tian remained silent. However, his eyes flashed with killing intent. Long Fei Yun nodded when he saw the killing intent in Duan Ling Tian's eyes. "I understand." Long Fei Yun nodded as he gestured to Qiu Ling. Qiu Ling nodded and was about to kill the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. "Stop." At this moment, an aged figure appeared in front of the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and the two profound rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial kingdom. His aura was as powerful as Qiu Ling's aura. "Long Fei Yun, Shirley didn't do anything to you? You don't have to kill him, right?" Chapter 2771. Qin Bo Tao. Long Fei Yun's expression turned unsightly when he saw the well-dressed young man. A hint of anger flashed in his eyes. Qin Bo Tao. Although Long Fei Yun's voice was not loud, many people still heard him. For a moment, many people guessed the identity of this handsome young man in luxurious clothes. Chen Botao. Isn't he the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom? Like the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, the mystical wave celestial kingdom is also a high-rank celestial kingdom. Chen Botao, the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom, is widely acknowledged as the most likely candidate to become the next emperor of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. I didn't expect the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom to stand up for the 6th prince of the cloudy rock celestial kingdom. Perhaps, there's some old enmity between the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom and the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Don't you see the anger in the 13th prince's eyes when he looks at the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom? I think so. While the crowd was discussing among themselves, the handsome young man dressed in luxurious robes finally arrived in front of Shirley, the 6th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. He turned around and faced Long Fei Yun. The old man who had appeared earlier also stood respectfully behind the well-dressed young man. Cousin. Shirley greeted the well-dressed young man respectfully under everyone's watchful eyes. Cousin? Many people in the surroundings were shocked when they heard Shirley's words. They did not expect Shirley, the 6th prince of the cloudy rock celestial kingdom, to be related to the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. Oh, I almost forgot. 20 years ago, the emperor of the cloudy rock celestial kingdom's younger sister married the emperor of the mystical wave celestial kingdom as a concubine. If that's the case, it makes sense for Shirley to address the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom as his cousin. Although it makes sense the two of them aren't related by blood. I don't think the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom is here to stand up for him. I agree. The crowd did not think Chen Botao, the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom, was here to help Shirley. At the same time they could feel the tension between Chen Botao and Long Fei Yun. Brother Duan, his name is Chen Botao. He's the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. In the past, he used to bully me because he had a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial as his followers. Long Fei Yun's voice reached Duan Lingtian's ears at the right time. Apart from letting Duan Lingtian know Chen Botao's identity, he also mentioned the old grudge between him and Chen Botao. If that's the case, ask Qiu Ling to suppress the old man behind him. No matter what, these 3 people from the cloudy rock celestial kingdom must die today. Duan Lingtian transmitted his voice to Long Fei Yun. As he spoke, a cold killing intent flashed in his eyes, startling Long Fei Yun, who happened to be looking at him. This was Long Fei Yun's first time seeing Duan Lingtian in such a state. In the past he only thought Duan Lingtian was gentle and easy to get along with. He did not expect Duan Lingtian to have such a ruthless side. With just a few words he decided the fate of the 3 people from the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Long Fei Yun, it's been a while. Chen Botao looked at Long Fei Yun and said with a fake smile. Yes, it's been a while. Chen Botao, I advise you to stay out of this. Otherwise you'll regret it in the end. Long Fei Yun glanced at Chen Botao indifferently and spoke unhurriedly. In the end he intentionally reminded Chen Botao. Regret it? Chen Botao smiled when he heard Long Fei Yun's words. Long Fei Yun, although you have a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial protecting you, I'm afraid it's not enough to make me regret it. You'll know soon enough whether it's enough or not. Long Fei Yun sneered as he transmitted his voice to Qiu Ling. As soon as Long Fei Yun finished speaking, Qiu Ling made his move. Boom. Rumble. Accompanied by a series of thunderous booms, the ground shook violently. Qiu Ling's feet pushed off the ground and he flew up, heading straight for Chen Botao. Swoosh. As Qiu Ling flew towards Chen Botao, the spot where he had been standing suddenly cracked open. In the end, it turned into an incomparably huge spider web. The spider web continued to spread in all directions for a few breaths of time before it stopped spreading. You're seeking death. Before the group of people, including Duan Lingtian, could react, the old man standing behind Chen Botao shouted angrily, "You're too weak." The sound pierced through the air, causing ripples to appear in the void. Rings of sound waves spread out in all directions, causing the expressions of many passers-by with weaker cultivations to change drastically. There were even some who were shaken to the point that their eardrums ruptured, causing them to bleed from their 7 orifices. However, because the target of the sound wave was not the surrounding passers-by, no matter how weak the surrounding passers-by's cultivation was, none of them fell. The most serious case was bleeding from their 7 orifices. Swoosh, swoosh. Unlike the earth-shattering sound of Qiu Ling's attack, when the old man behind Chen Botao attacked, his entire body seemed to have transformed into a hurricane, the kind that could tear everything apart. The hurricane swept out and slammed into the void. It was like boulders smashing into a calm lake, causing the surface of the lake to be torn apart. Now even the void seemed to be torn apart. Bang, 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 bang. In just a blink of an eye, Qiu Ling and the old man behind Chen Buotao began to fight. The commotion was so loud that the onlookers quickly moved out of the way. Some of them who were slow to react were even sent flying. Boom, 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 boom. As the shock waves from the collision of power swept out, gusts of strong wind spread out in all directions, blowing the robes of the group of people present and causing them to flutter. Due to the loud commotion, it attracted a lot of onlookers. What's going on? Judging from the commotion, it should be a fight between Earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials, right? Earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials? You're wrong. The two people fighting aren't Earth-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials, they're heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Two heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials. The onlookers were shocked when they learned the two people fighting were heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials. Although this was Taiyi City, one of the three ancient cities in the central area of the wasteland, there were not many heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials here. For this reason, such a scene was rare in Taiyi City. Who are these two heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials? Many people were curious about this matter. As the people in the know explained, the onlookers who heard the commotion and rushed over to watch also learned the identities of the two people who were fighting. They were heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials who followed the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom and the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. Long Fei Yun, I didn't expect your heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial to be so strong. He's able to last so long against Elder Bei. A hint of provocation could be seen in Chen Buotao's eyes as he looked at Long Fei Yun. This Elder Bei of yours is quite strong as well. He's able to last so long against Qiu Ling. Long Fei Yun did not back down in the face of Chen Buotao's provocation. Kill the three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and take their spatial rings. While the two heaven stage overarching heavenly supreme celestials by Chen Buotao and Long Fei Yun's sides were fighting, Chen Buotao and Long Fei Yun were staring at each other. Duan Tian suddenly said, Huan kill the three men from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and take their spatial rings. Although Duan Tian's voice was not loud, many people, including Chen Buotao, the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom, heard his words. Chen Buotao was momentarily stunned. All right. Huan responded as soon as Duan Tian spoke. Then, her figure flickered, and a cold aura rose from the void, causing everyone present to feel as though they had been plunged into the depths of winter. Although Chen Buotao had heard Duan Tian's words, he did not pay much attention to them. However, at this moment, no. Chen Buotao's expression changed drastically. He quickly circulated his celestial origin energy to protect himself from the cold. He felt as though his body was about to freeze, and his expression changed drastically. At the same time, he circulated his celestial origin energy to protect himself from the cold. It took him a great deal of effort to ward off the cold. When he regained his senses, he discovered that the three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had been frozen. The three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, including Shirlei, the 6th prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, had all been frozen into ice sculptures. Cracks could be seen on the ice sculptures as well. A faint cracking sound rang in the air as the three ice sculptures cracked and shattered into pieces of ice on the ground. The three men from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom were as good as dead. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Chen Buotao's expression changed drastically when he saw the three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom being killed. At this moment, he heard the sound of wind whistling in the air as three spatial rings flew past him. In the end, the spatial rings fell into the hands of the purple-clad young man who was standing nearby. The purple-clad young woman wore a veil and a hat on her head. With a wave of her hand, she took the spatial rings that belonged to the three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Brother Ling Tian. Before anyone could react, Huan handed the three spatial rings to Duan Tian. Her voice was so sweet that it was difficult to connect her to the person who had killed the three people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. All right. Duan Tian ignored the shocked gazes around him as he kept the three spatial rings in his hand. Moreover, he instantly established ownership over the three spatial rings. As expected, they're inside. Chapter 2772. A floating image pearl. After Duanling Tian claimed ownership of the spatial ring of Shirlei, the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, he looked at the floating image pearls in the spatial ring. Based on the mirror images of the floating image pearls, he finally found one of them. Although the floating image pearl did not last long, it clearly showed Duanling Tian's appearance and Huaner's appearance. The Huaner in the mirror image was not wearing a veil or a hat. Her flawless features made everything around her pale in comparison. I knew it. The sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom has never seen Huaner's face before. How could he be so fixated on her? As expected, Nangong must have recorded Huaner's face with the floating image pearl. Earlier, when Shirlei, the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, had been staring at Huaner with a lewd expression in his eyes, Duanling Tian felt something was amiss. If it was Nangong, Duanling Tian would have understood. After all, Nangong had seen Huaner's face with his own eyes before. However, Shirlei had never seen Huaner's face before. Even if Nangong had told Shirlei about Huaner's beauty, Shirlei would not have lost his composure since he had not seen Huaner's face with his own eyes. After all, he was a prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, how could he lack beauties? For this reason, Duanling Tian speculated that Shirlei must have seen Huaner's face. Duanling Tian speculated that Shirlei must have seen Huaner's face through other means. The first thing he thought of was the floating image celestial talisman and the floating image pearl. Since celestial talismans could only be used once, Duanling Tian speculated that Nangong must have used the floating image pearl to record Huaner's face before he escaped with the floating image talisman. As it turned out, Duanling Tian was right. Fortunately, this floating image pearl can't be replicated. Otherwise, once news of it spread, it would surely attract a lot of trouble. After putting away all the storage rings, Duanling Tian thought to himself. However, Duanling Tian did not know that the current Duanling Tian was not aware of this. Although the floating image pearl could not replicate Huaner's appearance, everyone in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom knew about the fairy-like young woman in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Bang! Before everyone could recover from their shock, Qiu Ling and the heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial standing next to Chen Buotao, the ninth prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom, were sent flying back to their respective masters. The distance between the two of them was about the same, so it could be seen that their strength was about the same. However, after the two of them returned, they did not continue to attack because they knew that there was no need for them to do anything. First of all, the three from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom were dead. Secondly, if they continued, they would only end up in a tie at most. Your Highness, my strength is on par with his, the old man said solemnly as he returned to Chen Buotao's side. After the old man returned to Chen Buotao's side, he said to Chen Buotao in a deep voice. His expression was slightly gloomy. He had confidently declared that he would defeat the heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial standing next to the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom within 100 moves. He did not expect the old man to be on par with him. It was almost impossible for him to defeat the old man. Meanwhile, Qiu Ling returned to Long Fei Yun's side. However, he remained silent as he stared at the old man standing behind Chen Buotao warily, afraid the old man would attack again. Long Fei Yun, I didn't expect you to be so lucky to be able to find such a powerhouse. Chen Buotao said in a deep voice as he looked at Long Fei Yun. Of course. At least he's slightly stronger than you, a freeloader. Long Fei Yun said indifferently. Although his tone was calm, he was implying that Chen Buotao was relying on his father. After all, the old man behind Chen Buotao was bestowed to him by the Emperor of the Mystical Wave Immortal Kingdom. As soon as Long Fei Yun finished speaking, the onlookers began to look at Chen Buotao in a different light. Many of them sighed emotionally. Although I've heard that the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom has recruited a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial to serve him, I thought he was just an ordinary heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. I didn't expect him to be so strong. That's right. I didn't expect this heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial to serve the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. He's said to be one of the top 3 heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestials in the mystical wave celestial kingdom. However, such a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial could only come to a tie with the heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial that the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom recruited. The onlookers could not help but sigh as they whispered among themselves. Based on their words, one thing was certain. Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom, was much better than Chen Buotao, the 9th prince of the mystical wave celestial kingdom. Hearing Long Feiyun's words and the whispers around him, Qin Buotao's face suddenly became so gloomy that it seemed like water could drip out of it. "Who are you? How dare you order someone to kill my cousin?" Qin Buotao glanced at Long Feiyun coldly before he shifted his gaze to Duan Lingtian. It was as though he thought Duan Lingtian was a pushover. Duan Lingtian completely ignored Qin Buotao's question. He did not even look at Qin Buotao for a moment. Let's continue shopping." Qin Buotao's expression darkened even further when Duan Lingtian greeted with a smile on his face. Then he led to the entrance of the Heavens Path. From the beginning to the end, Duan Lingtian and did not even spare Qin Buotao a glance. "Qin Buotao, there are some people you can't afford to offend." When Long Feiyun saw Duan Lingtian and Xiaoling leaving, he brought Xiaoling with him as well. Before he left, he looked at Qin Buotao meaningfully. Qin Buotao's face turned red from anger, and his body began to tremble violently. However, since he did not know Duan Lingtian's background, and he was wary of Xiaoling who was by Long Feiyun's side, he did not do anything. After all, he knew it would be futile even if he lost his temper. The person by Long Feiyun's side could easily stop the person by his side. Moreover, his strength was far inferior to the white-clad woman by the purple-clad young man's side. That purple-clad young man? Who is he? It was only after Duan Lingtian and the others had left that the crowd regained their senses. An expression of disbelief appeared on their faces. The 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was very polite to that purple-clad young man. Moreover, before he left, he even warned the 9th prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom that the purple-clad young man is not someone the 9th prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom can afford to offend. Although he didn't say it explicitly, that's what he meant. The crowd of spectators were filled with curiosity towards Duan Lingtian's identity. Isn't that purple-clad young man Duan Lingtian who showed up in King Qin's mansion in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom? Why is he with the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? Among the crowd, a young man muttered with a horrified expression. This young man was none other than Chu Yen, who had won second place in the martial competition of the 16 counties held in King Qin's mansion in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. He was also the son of the county governor of Soaring Wind County. The Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had sent a total of 30 young powerhouses below the age of 100 to the martial competition of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom. On King Qin's mansion's side, there were 2 people who had won 2 of the 30 spots. They were Chu Yen and Yang Jin from Fair Mountain County, who had won 3rd place in the martial competition of the 16 counties. Chu Yen and Yang Jin had followed King Qin from King Qin's mansion to the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom. Naturally, the leader of the group was the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Also, who's that white-clad girl beside Duan Lingtian who listens to his every word? She's so strong. In just a blink of an eye, she killed the 6th prince and his 2 companions. Moreover, she did it in front of the 9th prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom. Rumor has it that the 9th prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom is a peak great overarching golden celestial with extraordinary strength. Before the 9th prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom could react, the white-clad woman had already killed the 6th prince and the other 2 overarching heavenly supreme celestials. This shows she's an overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Chu Yen was shocked when he thought about this. He was no stranger to Duan Lingtian. If it were not for Duan Lingtian's interference, he would have won 1st place in the martial competition of the 16 counties held in King Qin's mansion. However, based on the strength Duan Lingtian had displayed at that time, he was convinced by Duan Lingtian's strength. Later on, Duan Lingtian had fled and disappeared without a trace. Chu Yen felt it was a pity that Duan Lingtian was not fated to participate in the Wasteland Grand Contest. After all, with Duan Lingtian's strength, if he represented the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, he would definitely perform well in the Wasteland Grand Contest. He might even be able to join one of the 3 major celestial sects of the Wasteland. I didn't expect to encounter Duan Lingtian when I came out to take a breather. Chu Yen thought to himself as he sighed inwardly. He turned around and made his way to the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial sect had arranged for the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. He was prepared to tell Qin Yu, the nephew of King Qin, about his encounter with Duan Lingtian. When Chu Yen returned to the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial sect had arranged for the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, a tremor ran through the residence. The 6th prince is dead. Chapter 2773. Although Shirlei, the 6th prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, was dissolute, he was favored by the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom due to his glib tongue. Moreover, he was not interested in becoming the next Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Due to this reason he had a good relationship with the other princes. Today, on the 5th day since the people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom arrived in Taiyi City, Shirley's soul pearl suddenly shattered. His Highness the Sixth Prince is dead. When Shirley's soul pearl shattered, the people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom were in an uproar. Not only was the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom furious, but even the princes from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom were furious. The Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom was so furious that he immediately ordered a thorough investigation of the Sixth Prince's death. The princes from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and the people from the king's mansions immediately became busy. With the cooperation of the princes, it did not take long for them to discover the cause of the Sixth Prince's death. The Sixth Prince's death has something to do with the woman in the portrait he's been searching for all these years. Back then, Nangong Li gave a floating image pearl to the Sixth Prince. There are two people in the floating image pearl. One of them is the woman the Sixth Prince has been searching for many years. She's the woman in the portrait that almost everyone in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom has seen. The other person is a young man. Before His Highness the Sixth Prince got into trouble, the people by his side who didn't go out with him said that someone saw the young man in the mirror image of the floating image pearl. After reporting to His Highness the Sixth Prince, His Highness the Sixth Prince left with Nangong Li. Someone saw His Highness the Sixth Prince, Nangong Li, and the two others being killed on the streets of Taiyi City. The person who killed His Highness the Sixth Prince and the two others was a woman wearing white clothes, a veil on her head and a hat on her face. That white-clothed woman is suspected to be the woman in the portrait. That's because Nangong Li recognized the purple-clothed young man beside the white-clothed woman as the young man that appeared in the floating image pearl. Although the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom was only an intermediate-grade celestial kingdom, it did not take long for them to discover many useful things. The person who killed Old Sixth is a subordinate of the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. At that time, the 9th Prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom wanted to protect Sixth Brother. However, due to the fact that his subordinates were evenly matched with the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's subordinates, and the 9th Prince of the Mystical Wave Celestial Kingdom was weaker than the white-clad woman, Sixth Brother was killed in the end. Yun Qi-ling, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, had an unsightly expression on his face. His eyes gleamed coldly as though he was about to devour Duanling Tian. Your Majesty, this matter? What should we do? Below Yun Qi-ling stood a few more people. One of them looked at Yun Qi-ling nervously and asked, "What should we do? What can we do?" Yun Qi-ling glared at the person who spoke and asked coldly, "Didn't you hear that he's a follower of the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? Didn't he hear that even the 9th Prince of the Mystical Wave Immortal Kingdom couldn't do anything to him? What do you think we should do?" In the face of Yun Qi-ling's questioning, the man fell silent. Indeed, that person was not someone to be trifled with. In a courtyard not far from the main hall where Yun Qi-ling and the others were, Qinyu, the nephew of King Qin, met Chu Yan, who was selected by King Qin's mansion to participate in the grand competition of the wasteland. "Chu Yan, is there something you need from me?" Qinyu asked curiously. Although he was not close to Chu Yan, they were both from King Qin's mansion. Therefore they were able to chat along the way. "Qinyu, as far as I know, you're close to Duanling Tian, right?" Chu Yan asked. "Duanling Tian?" As soon as Chu Yan finished speaking, Qinyu narrowed his eyes. A hint of urgency could be seen on his face as he asked, "Chu Yan, do you have news about Duanling Tian?" Ever since Duanling Tian escaped with the Shadow Void escaping talisman, Qinyu had been worried about Duanling Tian's safety. Now that Chu Yan mentioned Duanling Tian, it was only natural that Qinyu lost his composure. "Do you know the young man beside the white-clothed woman who is widely rumored to have killed the Sixth Prince in Nangong Li?" Chu Yan did not answer Qinyu's question immediately. "Yes." Qinyu nodded. "It said that the young man is one of the two people who appeared in the floating image pearl that Nangong gave to His Highness the Sixth Prince. That's why His Highness the Sixth Prince went to look for him and the white-clad woman next to him. Many people say that the white-clad woman next to the young man is the person His Highness the Sixth Prince was looking for in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom." Qinyu said. "Then do you know the young man is Duanling Tian?" Chu Yan asked again. "What? You said the young man next to the white-clad woman is Duanling Tian?" Qinyu was stunned when he heard Chu Yan's words. Although he had never seen the young man next to the white-clad woman, based on what he knew, the young man was not simple. First of all, the 13th prince of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom was very polite to the young man. Secondly, the white-clad woman next to the young man was an overarching heavenly supreme celestial, and she obeyed his every command. However, Chu Yan was telling him the truth. That young man was Duan Lingtian. How's this possible? A long while later, Qin Yu finally regained his wits. However, after regaining his wits, he continued to shake his head. He did not dare to believe that what Chu Yan said was true. Qin Yu, I was there when the white-clad woman killed His Highness the 6th Prince and the others. At that time I saw Duan Lingtian, Chu Yan said seriously. Qin Yu was speechless. Upon hearing Chu Yan's words, Qin Yu fell silent. Although it sounded unbelievable, he did not think it was impossible for Duan Lingtian to kill His Highness the 6th Prince. I have to go to the residence arranged by the Tai Yi Celestial Sect for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Qin Yu's eyes flashed as he made up his mind. He had to verify if Duan Lingtian was with the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. If Duan Lingtian was with the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, he could rest assured since his friend was safe and sound all these years. After all, Qin Yu was from a mansion in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Moreover, he was not a prince but a nephew of a prince. With such a status, it was not easy for him to get in touch with the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. However, with Qin Yu's persistence, he managed to contact Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. When Long Fei Yun heard from his subordinate that the person who wanted to meet him was Duan Lingtian's friend, he immediately met Qin Yu. Your brother Duan's friend? Long Fei Yun stared at Qin Yu with burning eyes. Before he could confirm Qin Yu's identity, he could not bring Qin Yu to meet Duan Lingtian. In Long Fei Yun's eyes, Duan Lingtian was no longer just a hope for him to become the next emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. As long as Duan Lingtian was willing to join the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, Long Fei Yun would definitely become the next emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. After all, Duan Lingtian was a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine the overarching heaven pill. Duan Lingtian was not only talented and powerful, but he was also a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine the overarching heaven pill. Your Highness, 13th Prince, if the brother Duan you mentioned is called Duan Lingtian and looks like this, then I'm sure he's my friend. Qin Yu immediately took out a portrait and spread it out in front of Long Fei Yun. The portrait depicted a handsome young man with sword-like eyebrows and bright eyes. His temperament was outstanding. With just a glance, Long Fei Yun recognized the young man. This young man was none other than his brother Duan Lingtian. Brother, how should I address you? Long Fei Yun asked with a smile when he saw Qin Yu taking out Duan Lingtian's portrait. My name is Qin Yu. Qin Yu's background was far inferior to Long Fei Yun's. Therefore, he did not dare to be disrespectful in front of Long Fei Yun. Brother Qin Yu, since you know brother Duan, I'll take you to see him. Long Fei Yun did not beat around the bush. While Long Fei Yun was about to bring Qin Yu to see Duan Lingtian, another uninvited guest appeared in the courtyard where Duan Lingtian was staying. This uninvited guest was none other than the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, Tai He. I heard Guardian Tai has recently broken through and become a 7-star celestial duke? Duan Lingtian was not surprised by Tai He's appearance. Master Duan, I didn't expect you to have heard about this as well. Tai He chuckled. He was very polite to Duan Lingtian. That's right. A few days ago I was lucky enough to have a breakthrough and become a 7-star celestial duke. From now on, the Tai Yi Celestial Sect will dominate the wasteland. Master Duan, if you change your mind and join the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, you're always welcome. Tai He extended an olive branch to Duan Lingtian after he finished speaking. I've made up my mind. However, thank you for your kindness, Guardian Tai. Duan Lingtian shook his head and politely declined. Tai He was not surprised. He raised his hand and took out a spatial ring before he passed it to Duan Lingtian. Master Duan, there are 38 sets of medicinal herbs required to refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. The number of overarching heaven pills you'll be able to refine depends on your ability. The Tai Yi Celestial Sect only needs 100 overarching heaven pills. If there are any extra pills, we'll give them to you as a reward. Tai He did not hold back when he spoke. Chapter 2774. You only want 100 overarching heaven pills for 38 sets of medicinal herbs? Duan Lingtian was taken aback when he heard Tai He's words. It was not because he thought Tai He was greedy, but he thought Tai He's request was too low. Was Tai He looking down on his alchemy skills, or did he think he would not be able to refine as many overarching heaven pills with 38 sets of medicinal herbs? Previously, he had successfully refined the overarching heaven pill for the first time. Although he had only managed to refine 3 pills, he was confident that he would be able to refine more than 5 pills if he were to refine them again. Moreover, as he became more proficient in refining overarching heaven pills, he was confident his success rate would increase. Guardian Tai. Although Duan Tian wanted to earn some overarching heaven pills from Tai He did not intend to cheat Tai He. Therefore he said to Tai He, "I'll give you 120 overarching heaven pills for 38 sets of medicinal herbs." 120 overarching heaven pills? Tai He was stunned when he heard Duan Tian's words. As far as he knew, Duan Tian's success rate in refining overarching heaven pills was not high. He had learned Duan Tian had only managed to refine 3 overarching heaven pills when he killed the woman next to Duan Tian. For this reason he had only asked for 100 overarching heaven pills based on what he had seen. He was prepared for Duan Tian to haggle with him. The sect leader of the Tai Celestial sect had given him a minimum of 80 overarching heaven pills. After all, 38 sets of medicinal herbs were required to refine overarching heaven pills. 38 batches of overarching heaven pills were all that the Tai Celestial sect had in stock. However, he did not expect Duan Tian would not haggle with him. Instead, he took the initiative to ask for an additional 20 overarching heaven pills. He could not figure out why Duan Tian would do this. If Duan Tian was in Duan Tian's shoes, he would not have offered to give Duan Tian 20 overarching heaven pills even if he could refine more than 120 overarching heaven pills. After all, he had said that the Tai Celestial sect only wanted 100 overarching heaven pills. Alchemist Duan, are you serious? Tai He took a deep breath before he looked at Duan Tian and said, "I know the success rate of refining the overarching heaven pills is extremely low. It's still alright if it's 100 pills, but can you guarantee a success rate of 120 pills? What? Are you afraid that I can't afford 120 overarching heaven pills?" Duan Tian smiled faintly. "Guardian Tai, since I've already said it, I won't say it without thinking. You can come and collect the 120 overarching heaven pills in 10 days. After receiving confirmation from Duan Tian, Tai He looked at Duan Tian meaningfully. Then he cupped his hands together at Duan Tian and said, "Alchemist Duan, regardless of whether you can afford 120 overarching heaven pills in 10 days or not, I, Tai He, will still acknowledge you as my friend." Tai He was a straightforward person. When he saw Duan Tian was also straightforward, he could not help but sympathize with Duan Tian. "Then I'm really trying to climb up the social ladder," Duan Tian said with a faint smile on his face. "Brother Duan." At this moment, a familiar voice resonated from outside the courtyard. Duan Tian could tell it was Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince, when he heard the voice. Before Duan Tian could respond to Long Fei Yun, Tai He had already bade farewell to Duan Tian and left. "Alchemist Duan, I'll be back in 10 days. When Tai He's voice entered Duan Tian's ears, it was as though he had vanished into thin air. Duan Tian could not find any trace of him at all. "Come in." Duan Tian called out to Long Fei Yun before Long Fei Yun finally entered the room. "Jianghu." Duan Tian was slightly surprised when he saw Long Fei Yun had brought someone with him instead of Qiu Ling. However, when he saw the person's appearance, he was stunned. Duan Tian. Jianghu was slightly excited to see Duan Tian again. "You're alright. It's good that you're alright. Jianghu, why are you here? Come have a seat." Duan Tian invited Jianghu to take a seat. His enthusiasm made Long Fei Yun, who was standing at the side, jealous. After all, Duan Tian had never treated him with such enthusiasm before. At the same time, Long Fei Yun made up his mind to befriend Jianghu from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. He did not care about Jianghu's status in the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Long Fei Yun wanted to befriend Jianghu because of the special relationship between Jianghu and Duan Tian. 13th Prince, please have a seat as well." After inviting Jianghu to take a seat, Duan Tian called out to Long Fei Yun. Even so, Long Fei Yun was not displeased at all. After all, with Duan Tian's status, he would not dare to show any displeasure even if Duan Tian asked him to stand. Jianghu, on the other hand, was shocked. Although he had heard from Chu Yan that the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was very courteous to Duan Tian, he did not expect Duan Tian to be so courteous to Duan Tian. Earlier, when Duan Tian asked him to take a seat, he looked at Long Fei Yun hesitantly. In the end, he sat down and waited to see Long Fei Yun's reaction. He thought no matter how courteous Long Fei Yun was to Duan Ling Tian, he would be displeased when Duan Ling Tian asked him to take a seat first. After all, his status was not worth mentioning in front of Long Fei Yun. However, to his surprise, not only was Long Fei Yun not displeased, but he even felt it was only right. Moreover, he discovered Long Fei Yun's gaze was much gentler when he looked at him. Moreover, there was even a hint of flattery in his eyes. Qin Yu could not help but feel shocked. He felt as though this was the first time he had met Duan Ling Tian. He was curious about what Duan Ling Tian had gone through since Duan Ling Tian left King Qin's mansion with the Shadow Void escaping talisman. How did Duan Ling Tian gain the respect of the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? To Duan Ling Tian, Qin Yu was his first friend since he came to the spirit overarching heaven. Although he treated Long Fei Yun as his friend, there was a mutual benefit between them. However, the relationship between him and Long Fei Yun was ultimately one of mutual benefit. It was completely different from his friendship with Qin Yu. In his heart, Qin Yu was a bit more important than Long Fei Yun. "Qin Yu, you still haven't told me why you're here," Duan Ling Tian asked. "I came here with my uncle, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom." The Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom has 30 spots for the Grand Contest of the Wasteland. 2 of them are from King Qin's mansion. You know them, they're Chu Yan and Yang Jin. Qin Yu said. "I see." Duan Ling Tian nodded. Then he asked, "How did you know I'm here?" Duan Ling Tian was surprised that Qin Yu was able to find him. "Well, it's all thanks to Chu Yan." Qin Yu told Duan Ling Tian about Duan Ling Tian's whereabouts and how he came to this place. He also told Duan Ling Tian that someone close to Duan Ling Tian had killed the 6th Prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Duan Ling Tian. Finally, as if he had recalled something, Qin Yu raised his hand and took out a portrait. He unfolded it and placed it on the stone table before him. "This is..." Duan Ling Tian's eyes widened when he saw the portrait. He did not expect Qin Yu to have a portrait of Huan Er. The woman in the portrait was indeed Huan Er's true appearance. She was peerless and flawless. Even if it was just a portrait, the charm of the person in the portrait seemed to be able to overshadow everything in the surroundings. This, on the other hand, Long Fei Yun, who was on the other side, was completely dumbfounded. The woman in the portrait was drawn vividly and lifelike. That perfect and peerless appearance caused him, who usually did not get close to women, to be unable to help but have traces of ripples arise in his heart. Moreover, once his emotions were stirred up, he was no longer able to control himself. This was the first time he had seen such a beautiful woman in his life. She was so perfect that it made his heart tremble. It was as though she was the most beautiful woman in the world. "Why do you have this portrait?" Duan Ling Tian's expression was grave. The reason he asked Huan Er to wear a veil and hat was because he did not want her true appearance to be exposed. Otherwise it would bring him trouble. Not long ago he asked Huan Er to kill the 6th Prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom's floating image pearl because he did not want anyone to know about Huan Er's true appearance. Initially he thought he would be safe once he took the floating image pearl away. He did not expect Qin Yu to take out a portrait of Huan Er. Duan Ling Tian could only imagine. If this portrait was exposed to the people in Taiyi City, it would bring Huan Er a lot of trouble. Who were the people in Taiyi City at this moment? Apart from the people from the various celestial kingdoms, there were also people from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland. Most of them were high-ranking officials from the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, and most of them were celestial dukes. Among them there were definitely some who were obsessed with women. "This portrait," Duan Ling Tian muttered to himself. When Qin Yu saw Duan Ling Tian's grave expression, he told Duan Ling Tian about how the portrait was spread throughout the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Then he added, "The Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom should have confirmed that the woman wearing a veil and hat next to you is the woman in the portrait. The woman in the portrait is Miss Huan Er." Long Fei Yun's eyes widened when he heard Qin Yu's words. Shock and disbelief could be seen on his face. At the same time, he looked at Duan Ling Tian in a daze as though he was waiting for Duan Ling Tian's reply. That Shirley is really a madman. Chapter 2775. Although Duan Ling Tian did not reply to Long Fei Yun's question, Long Fei Yun was able to get an answer based on Duan Ling Tian's reaction. "I didn't expect Miss Huan Er's true appearance to be so perfect. Any normal man would be tempted by her, right? No wonder she always wears a veil and hat. If she didn't, she would have attracted a lot of trouble." Long Fei Yun thought to himself. Although he had known Duan Ling Tian and Huan Er for a long time, he had never seen Huan Er's face since she always wore a veil and hat in front of everyone except Duan Ling Tian. Now that he had seen Huaner's face through Qin Yu's portrait, he could not help but feel shocked. Duan Lingtian. Qin Yu looked at Duan Lingtian solemnly and said, "If you ask her to kill the sixth prince and the others, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom will be furious. Since he's wary of your relationship with the 13th prince, he won't be able to do anything to you in the open. However, he can secretly plot against Huaner." As Qin Yu spoke, he shifted his gaze to the 13th prince before he shifted his gaze to the portrait on the table. The person in the portrait was so lifelike that it was as though she could captivate all living things. For example, he can expose this portrait to the public. At that time, everyone will know that Duan Lingtian has such a peerless beauty by your side. I'm afraid many high-ranking members of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland would be interested in such a beautiful woman. Qin Yu's words revealed Long Fei Yun's misgivings. His misgivings were the same as Duan Lingtian's misgivings. Upon hearing this, Duan Lingtian's expression darkened further. Upon hearing Qin Yu's words, Long Fei Yun realized the severity of the matter. His eyes flashed coldly as he said bluntly, "I'll go to the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom and warn the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. If the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom dares to expose this portrait, I, Long Fei Yun, won't let this matter rest." At the end of his sentence, Long Fei Yun's tone revealed a hint of viciousness. Naturally, Long Fei Yun was not referring to the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. With his strength, he was not a threat to the Emperor of an intermediate-rank Celestial Kingdom like the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Although he was not a threat to the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom's Emperor, he could still threaten the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom's subordinates. It would not be difficult for him to kill two princes of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. After that, Long Fei Yun walked out and Duan Lingtian did not stop him. It wasn't that Duan Lingtian didn't want to stop him, but that Duan Lingtian was thinking about how to deal with it. Because he had a strong intuition. At this moment, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom had most likely spread the news of Huaner's portrait and her presence in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's residence. As it turned out, Duan Lingtian was right. Long Fei Yun hurriedly left the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Along the way he heard many people discussing the portrait. "Did you see the portrait? You're talking about the portrait of a perfect and peerless beauty?" "Yes, I saw it. It said that she's staying in the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. I heard that the woman is close to the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. To be more precise, she's close to someone who's close to the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom." Long Fei Yun's expression darkened when he heard the discussions. His eyes were brimming with killing intent as he thought to himself, "Damn it! The Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom is so fast." Although Long Fei Yun felt the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom deserved to die, he was not surprised by the outcome. If he were in the Emperor's shoes, he would have done the same. Meanwhile, in the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. "Your Majesty, according to your order, we've spread the woman's portrait throughout Tai Yi City. We've also spread the news that the woman is with the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom." A middle-aged man respectfully reported to the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. "Your Majesty, more than half of the people in Tai Yi City know that the woman is by the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's side. Your Majesty, according to your orders, I've personally delivered the portrait of that woman to Elder Ting Qing of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. I've also informed him of her whereabouts. Your Majesty, according to your orders, I've also personally delivered the portrait of that woman to Guardian Shui Lang of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. I've also informed him of her whereabouts. Your Majesty, I've also spoken to Elder Huang Chao of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect and delivered the portrait to him as well." A group of people stood below the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom as they respectfully reported to the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Good. Very good. Yun Qi-ling, the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom, said ferociously, "I'd like to see if the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom will be able to protect that woman. How dare you kill my son? I'll make you beg for death. So what if you're strong and have a backer? Don't tell me you're stronger than the high-ranking officials from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland? Perhaps you won't die, but you're destined to become one of those people's playthings. Perhaps you'll become one of their playthings." Yun Qi-ling muttered under his breath. His tone was so vicious that it sent chills up the spines of those who heard it. Based on his words, it was clear he was determined to kill Shirley, the sixth prince of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. As for the purple-clad young man, I can't kill you, but I'm sure you won't feel good if the woman by your side becomes another person's plaything, right? After muttering to himself for a while, Yun Qiling burst out laughing. His laughter was a little crazy, which made the people below feel a little creeped out, but no one dared to frown. Whether it was Elder Ting Qing of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, Guardian Xuelang of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, or Elder Huang Chao of the Tai Celestial Sect, they were known in the wasteland for being lustful. Coincidentally, all three of them were in Tai City. Therefore, Yun Qiling ordered people to spread Huaner's portrait and her whereabouts throughout Tai City. At the same time, he also ordered people to send Huaner's portrait and whereabouts to Ting Qing, Xuelang, and Huang Chao. How can there be such a peerless beauty in this world? I must have her. She can only belong to me. When Huang Chao, the elder of the Tai Celestial Sect, saw Huaner's portrait, his face flushed red. His eyes shone with a lecherous light that seemed capable of illuminating everything. She's at the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom's residence? After confirming Huaner's whereabouts, Huang Chao left his residence without any hesitation and made his way to the residence the Tai Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. This woman, I want her for sure. Such a perfect woman is worthy of me, Xuelang, to personally make a trip. Meanwhile, Ting Qing, an elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, and Xuelang, a guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, made their way to the residence as well. It was as though there was a peerless treasure in the residence the Tai Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. In their eyes, a peerless beauty like Huaner was no different from a peerless treasure. All three of them wanted to get close to her and take her for themselves. What a beautiful woman. Heavens! There's such a peerless beauty in this world. She's from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? I heard she's with the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. When did such a peerless beauty appear in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? I don't know anything about it. To think that I claim to know about the affairs of the 100 nations. I'm so embarrassed. While the three lecherous high-ranking officials of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland were making their way to the residence of the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, similar rumors were spreading all over Tai City. In just half a day, everyone in Tai City learned that there was a peerless beauty among the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom who had come for the grand contest of the wasteland. The peerless beauty was only a portrait of her. Once it was unfurled, it seemed as though everything around her would pale in comparison. While Tai City was in an uproar, the residence of the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was not peaceful either. The woman who always wears a veil and hat by the 13th Prince's side actually has such a peerless beauty? I didn't expect this. She seems to be the woman of the mysterious purple-clad young man by the 13th Prince's side. Now that her true appearance has been exposed, I'm afraid it'll bring about a lot of trouble. Such a beautiful woman is rare in the world. Any man would be tempted by her beauty. If I'm capable, I'll definitely kidnap her and make her my woman. That purple-clad young man doesn't seem to be simple. I wonder if he'll be able to protect the woman by his side now that her true appearance has been exposed to everyone in Tai City. Among the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, even Long Dong Ping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, could not help but feel curious about Huaner's beauty. Chapter 2776. Although the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, including Long Dong Ping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, did not dare to have any evil thoughts about the beautiful woman in the portrait. First, the purple-clad young man next to the woman was a mystery. Long Dong Ping and the others did not dare to offend him. Second, the woman's portrait had spread throughout Tai City. There was no doubt some high-ranking powerhouses from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland were interested in her. For this reason, despite the commotion in the huge mansion, the courtyard where Duanling Tian and Huaner were staying in was peaceful and tranquil. There were no disturbances at all. Naturally, this was only the calm before the storm. Brother Duan, Miss Huaner's appearance has been exposed to everyone in Tai City. We don't have to worry about the high-rank celestial kingdoms in Tai City, but we have to be wary of the powerhouses from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland. Long Fei Yun, the 13th Prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, reminded Duanling Tian solemnly as soon as he returned. I didn't expect the Emperor of the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom to act so quickly. Qin Yu's expression was unsightly. Although he did not know the relationship between the woman next to Duanling Tian and Duanling Tian, He did not want anything to happen to her even if she was only Duan Ling Tian's friend. He treated Duan Ling Tian as his friend. In his opinion, Duan Ling Tian's friend was his friend as well. As soon as Long Fei Yun finished speaking, before Duan Ling Tian could reply, a thunderous voice rang in the courtyard. At this moment, a thunderous voice rang from outside the courtyard. I'm Huang Chao, the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect. Summon the woman in the portrait to me. The voice was transmitted from the front yard of the large mansion. Clearly, the person who spoke had already arrived at the front yard of the mansion. The sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect? Long Fei Yun narrowed his eyes when he heard the voice. His expression was grave as he muttered to himself, as far as I know, the sect guardian elders of the Tai Celestial sect are all celestial dukes. If this Huang Chao is really the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect, he must be a celestial duke. Long Fei Yun muttered to himself with a grim expression on his face. A celestial duke. Although the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was a high-rank celestial kingdom, the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, they did not have a single celestial duke. Celestial dukes were a duke. Celestial duke was a celestial duke. The guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect? A celestial duke. Celestial duke? Hearing Long Fei Yun's words, Qin Yu suddenly stood up. At the same time that he displayed a worried expression, his pupils also couldn't help but fiercely shrink. Although he was prepared for the appearance of the woman to attract the attention of the high-ranking officials of the three major celestial sects of the wasteland, he did not expect the woman would be the first to appear. He's an elder of the Tai Celestial sect? When Duan Ling Tian heard the voice from outside, there was finally a slight change in his expression that did not change at all. The people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom were staying in a mansion arranged by the Tai Celestial sect. At this moment, a middle-aged man with a medium build and an ordinary appearance dressed in flowery robes could be seen standing in the courtyard. A middle-aged man dressed in a robe stood there motionless like a statue. However, although the yellow-clothed middle-aged man stood there like a statue, he seemed to be exuding a superior and aloof aura. The sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect? He said he's the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect? Based on what I know, even the weakest sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect is a one basic celestial duke. In other words, he's a celestial duke? I didn't expect the woman standing next to the purple-clad young man would be the first to appear. The powerhouse from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland must be the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect. A sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect is strong enough to defeat the entire Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. No wonder I felt a lofty aura from him. As it turns out, he's a celestial duke. It's normal for a celestial duke to have such an aura. Initially, there were not many people in the courtyard. However, as time passed, more and more people gathered in the courtyard. Apart from the young powerhouses below the age of 100 who came to Tai City to participate in the grand contest of the wasteland, there were also people from the various mansions of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, a few princes and their subordinates. His Majesty hasn't arrived yet? The sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect won't attack us because of our rudeness, right? The group of people was waiting for the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom to arrive so they could greet the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect. At the same time, many of them were worried that the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect would attack them out of anger if they did not greet him. Just as these people were starting to worry, a voice came from the mansion again. Elder Huang Chao has graced us with your presence. Long Dongping has failed to welcome you properly. I hope Elder Huang Chao can forgive me. Long Dongping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, who was dressed in a dragon robe, walked into the courtyard with a few middle-aged men and old men. All of them bowed respectfully at the yellow-clad middle-aged man. Greetings, Elder Huang Chao. Those who had arrived earlier quickly followed suit and bowed respectfully at the yellow-clad middle-aged man. You're the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom? Huang Chao asked indifferently as he looked at Long Dongping. He did not treat Long Dongping politely because he thought Long Dongping was the emperor of a high-rank celestial kingdom. Yes. Long Dongping hurriedly replied. At the same time he sighed inwardly. I've long heard that the emperor of the Cloudy Rock Immortal Kingdom, Yun Qi Ling, is a crafty person. I didn't expect him to spread the woman's portrait throughout Tai City and let him know of her existence. Long Dongping had long heard about Huang Chao, the sect guardian elder of the Tai Celestial sect. He knew Huang Chao was a man who could not move his feet without a woman. However, he was rather surprised that Huang Chao was the first to arrive. After thinking about it for a moment, he realized Huang Chao was the first to arrive. Huang Chao was most likely here because of Yun Qi Ling from the Cloudy Rock Celestial Kingdom. Otherwise, Huang Chao would not have come in such a short time. You heard what I said earlier. Hurry up and bring the woman out to see me. As soon as Long Dongping responded, Huang Chao raised his hand and the portrait in his hand flew out. It floated in the air in front of Long Dongping and displayed itself in front of him. A woman with a peerlessly beautiful face and a perfect figure stood in the portrait. She was the center of attention in just a blink of an eye. Although most of the people present had seen the portrait before, they could not help but feel excited when they saw it again. Elder Huang Chao, Long Dongping was about to voice out his dilemma when a gentle voice rang in his ears. A slightly feminine voice seemed to come from all directions. In the blink of an eye, it was transmitted into the ears of everyone present. It was like thunder reverberating in their ears. Huang Chao, you're quite fast. If I was a little slower, I'm afraid you would have taken the beauty away. As soon as the voice rang in the air, everyone reacted. Swoosh. A figure that was like the wind once again appeared in the front courtyard of the mansion. He stood not far from Huang Chao and appeared in front of everyone's eyes. That beauty, I want her. Both of you, go back to where you came from. Before everyone's eyes could fall on the figure that was like the wind, another rough and full of energy voice sounded. Following that, a tall and sturdy middle-aged man appeared. Shuilang Tingqing. Huang Chao, the guardian elder of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, had a grim expression on his face when he saw these two men. He did not expect these two men to come as well. One of them was a guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect while the other was an elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Both of them were celestial dukes like him. Although he already knew that these two people were also in Tai Yi City, and knew that they were just like him, lustful, he did not expect them to be able to rush over in such a short period of time. Shuilang? Tingqing? Long Dongping, the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, widened his eyes in shock when he heard Huang Chao's words. These two. They came as well? Although he had not met Shuilang or Tingqing before, he had heard of them. Shuilang, a guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, was a celestial duke. Tingqing, an elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect, was also a celestial duke. There are 5 high-ranking officials in the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland who are known for being lustful. I didn't expect to see 3 of them here. Long Dongping sighed inwardly. However, this is to be expected. After all, the woman next to the purple-clad young man is indeed perfect. No normal man would be unmoved by her. It must be because the other 2 men aren't in Tai Yi City right now. Otherwise, there would be 5 of them instead of 3. Long Dongping could not calm himself down for a long time. In just a blink of an eye, 3 celestial dukes had appeared in front of him. Not only that, the 3 high immortals seemed to have reached a consensus after exchanging glances with one another. Their gazes all landed on Qin Wentian at the same time. Chapter 2777. My lords, even Long Dongping, the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, who was a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, found it difficult to bear the pressure from the 3 celestial dukes. He wanted to express his concern about Duan Lingtian's extraordinary identity. He even wanted to tell the 3 celestial dukes that even Zhou Shuqiu, the direct disciple of the former sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect and the junior sister of the current sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, did not dare to touch Duan Lingtian. He was confident that if he said this, the 3 celestial dukes would not hold it against him even if they did not back down. It's the 13th prince. Just as Long Dongping opened his mouth to speak, many people looked into the distance and cried out in surprise, interrupting Long Dongping's words. Long Dongping did not continue speaking. Instead, he followed the gazes of many people and looked into the distance. At this moment, 5 people were walking toward them. There were 4 people in the lead. A purple-clad young man, a golden-clad young man, a green-clad young man, and a white-clad young woman. The people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom immediately recognized the golden-clad young man. He was none other than Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. However, the moment the group of people's eyes fell on Long Fei Yun, they tacitly shifted their attention to the white-robed woman. This was because the woman was too dazzling. She was like a luminous pearl that lit up the entire world. Her eyebrows were as beautiful as a painting, and her eyes were as clear as water. She was tall and slender, and she was dressed in a thin white robe. She exuded a cold aura that made her seem like a celestial. She was elegant and refined like a celestial. The woman's perfect face in particular seemed to be the product of God's favoritism. There were no flaws in her face at all. It's the woman in the painting. Perfect. She's too perfect. The real person feels even more perfect than the person in the painting. The person in the painting is, after all, only a portrait. It lacks some charm and can't be compared to the real person. I never thought that there would be such a peerless beauty in this world. To be able to see such a beauty in this life, my life has not been in vain. I've seen her before, but she used to wear a veil and hat, so I couldn't see her face clearly. I really didn't expect that under that veil and hat, there would be such a perfect face. The woman who had successfully attracted everyone's attention was none other than Huan. Since Huaner's portrait had already spread throughout Tai City, there was no need for her to continue wearing the veil and hat. Therefore, before they left, Duan Lingtian asked Huan to remove the veil and hat. Huan was quite happy about this. It was as though she was oblivious to the danger she was in. Huan held onto Duan Lingtian's arm and leaned on him intimately. Her perfect face and Duan Lingtian's outstanding and handsome appearance made them look like a golden couple. At this moment, Duan Lingtian could clearly feel the gazes that were as sharp as blades sweeping toward him. If these gazes could be materialized into swords, he would have been torn into pieces by now. In particular, the three gazes gave Duan Lingtian a sense of oppression that came from the bottom of his heart. It was as though three gigantic mountains were pressing down on him, wanting to crush him. Elder Huang Chao of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, Guardian Shui Lang of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, and Elder Ting Qing of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Duan Lingtian calmly glanced at the owners of the three gazes. No matter how fierce their gazes were and how strong the pressure they gave him was, there was still no change in his expression. Apart from Huaner and Long Fei Yun, Duan Lingtian was accompanied by Qin Yu. Qiu Ling was standing behind the four of them. Although Qiu Ling was a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial, he could not help but tremble in fear when he saw the three celestial dukes from the three major celestial sects of the wasteland. Even a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial would not dare to act recklessly in front of celestial dukes, let alone a heaven-rank overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Even a one basic celestial duke was not a match for a peak overarching heavenly supreme celestial. Gentlemen, now that the beauty is here, shouldn't we discuss who she belongs to? Huang Chao, the elder of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, retracted his gaze from Duan Lingtian and looked at Shui Lang, the guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, and Ting Qing, the elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. At this moment, Huang Chao no longer looked at Duan Lingtian. It was as though he did not care about Duan Lingtian at all. It was not only Huang Chao, even Shui Lang and Ting Qing did not spare Duan Lingtian another glance after they retracted their gazes. It was as though Duan Lingtian did not exist. In fact, they did not care about Duan Lingtian at all. In their eyes, Duan Lingtian was just a nobody. Even if he had a good relationship with Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, he was not worth mentioning. If they wanted to, they could kill the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom at any time. If they killed the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, not only would the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom not be angry, but the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom would even apologize to them. This was the power of Celestial Dukes. I agree with Elder Huang Chao. Shui Lang, the guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, agreed with Huang Chao and looked at Ting Qing, the elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Whether it was Huang Chao or Shui Lang, both of them were two-form celestial dukes. Moreover, they knew each other's cultivation basis. Due to this reason, they knew they could not fight each other head-on since it would only result in both of them being injured. That was not something that any of them wanted to see. Apart from that, they also knew Ting Qing was a two-form celestial duke just like them. Therefore, they thought Ting Qing had no choice but to negotiate with them over the beauty. I don't agree. Huang Chao and Shui Lang thought Ting Qing would agree to discuss who the beauty belonged to. However, Ting Qing did not hesitate to say, I know what you're thinking. You must be thinking about how to share this beauty. However, I, Ting Qing, have no interest in sharing the woman I've taken a liking to. From today onward, she can only be my woman. Ting Qing glanced at Huang Chao and Shui Lang indifferently before he shifted his gaze to Huaner again. It was as though she was his property. Ting Qing. Huang Chao and Shui Lang's expressions changed drastically as they glared at Ting Qing. Ting Qing, do you think we're invisible? We're both two-form celestial dukes. Even if you're stronger than both of us, Do you think you'll be a match for us if we join forces? Huang Chao and Shui Lang looked at Ting Qing as though they were looking at an idiot. They thought Ting Qing was being delusional. Two formed celestial dukes? Ting Qing smiled. His eyes turned cold as he looked at Huang Chao and Shui Lang. You're welcome to try. When Huang Chao and Shui Lang saw Ting Qing smile, although it gave them a bone-chilling feeling after they looked at each other, they still moved out in unison and rushed towards Ting Qing. Although Ting Qing's confidence made them think of a fearful thought at the same time, they still wanted to test it out. Ting Qing was not surprised by Huang Chao and Shui Lang's attacks. In just a blink of an eye, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body like raging dragons. Upon closer inspection, one could see that Ting Qing's celestial dukes were extremely powerful. As soon as Huang Chao and Shui Lang made their moves, their celestial origin energies surged like two spiritual snakes. As they moved, they seemed to give their celestial origin energies greater strength. Ting Qing's celestial origin energy surged out of his body like spiritual snakes, causing his celestial origin energy to overpower Huang Chao and Shui Lang's celestial origin energy. Bang! Before the onlookers could react, Ting Qing had already exchanged blows with Huang Chao and Shui Lang. An earth-shattering explosion rang in the air. Following the loud noise, waves of terrifying shockwaves exploded in the front yard of the mansion. Boom! Rumble! The front yard of the mansion shook violently. Powerful shockwaves swept through the area where Ting Qing, Huang Chao, and Shui Lang were fighting, leaving a huge crater under their feet. Around the huge pit, the ground in the front yard of the residence cracked open like a spider web. Sinister cracks spread out, covering the entire residence in the blink of an eye, and even spreading out of the residence. Immediately, even the streets outside the mansion shook as if an intense earthquake had occurred. What's going on? What a huge commotion. Isn't this the place the Tai Yi Celestial Sect arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom to stay? What's going on inside? Is it because of the woman in the painting? It's very likely. However, such a commotion isn't something an overarching Heavenly Supreme Celestial can cause, right? Even a peak overarching Heavenly Supreme Celestial wouldn't be able to cause such a commotion, right? Many passers-by and those who lived nearby were shocked and confused by the commotion in the residence that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Chapter 2778. The Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was a high-rank celestial kingdom. Moreover, the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom were led by their emperor. For this reason, the treatment provided by the Tai Yi Celestial Sect to the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom was not something intermediate or low-rank celestial kingdoms could compare to. The mansion that the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom were staying in was extremely spacious. Just the front yard alone was as big as the mansion that the Tai Yi Celestial Sect had arranged for the people from low-rank celestial kingdoms. However, even such a large front yard was now in a complete mess, as if it had just experienced a natural disaster storm. The entire front yard's brick ground as well as the flowers and trees were all lifted up and was in a mess. So this is the strength of a celestial duke? According to Guardian Shui Lang from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, he, Elder Huang Chao from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect, and Elder Ting Qing from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect are all two-formed celestial dukes. Celestial dukes are divided into 9 stages. One basic celestial duke is the weakest stage while two-formed celestial dukes are stronger than one basic celestial dukes. If they're all two-formed celestial dukes, it's normal for them to cause such a huge commotion. Didn't you notice that even though we're at the center of the battle between the 3 celestial dukes, the shockwaves from their attacks seem to be intentionally avoiding us? That seems to be the case. The people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom could not help but flee when they saw the chaotic energy wreaking havoc in the front yard of the mansion. At the same time, they discovered that there was a huge commotion in the air. They discovered that the shockwaves from the 3 Celestial Dukes' attacks did not affect them at all. It was as though the shockwaves from the 3 Celestial Dukes' attacks were intentionally avoiding them. In fact, Huang Chao, Shui Lang, and Ting Qing had intentionally avoided the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. First, it was because they didn't want to hurt the beauty that they all wanted to own. Second, they did not want to hurt the young powerhouses from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom who were younger than 100 years old. These young powerhouses were here for the grand contest of the wasteland. If something happened to them, they would not be able to answer to their sect leader. While the crowd was discussing, they looked down and found that the place where they were originally standing, the entire front yard of the mansion, had already been enveloped by a layer of dust. A moment later, the dust had completely dispersed. At the same time, the front yard of the mansion, which had turned into ruins, clearly appeared before their eyes. Most of the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, including Long Dongping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, were stunned when they saw the ruined courtyard. They did not expect the 3 celestial dukes would be able to turn the courtyard into such a state with just a single strike. Its destructive power was shocking and appalling. Duan Lingtian, Huaner, and the others stood side by side in the sky as they looked down. Unlike Long Feiyun, Qinyu, and Qiu Ling, Duan Lingtian looks at the ruins beneath his feet with a calm expression. Meanwhile, Huaner, who was standing beside him, was holding his hand. Her expression was calm as though she was not surprised by what was happening. 3 talents celestial dukes? Duan Lingtian looked at the towering figure standing in the middle of the ruins. The towering figure was none other than Ting Qing, an elder of the martial dragon celestial sect. He stood at his original position. Even though the entire front yard of the mansion had been reduced to ruins, his position did not change at all. It was as if the impact of the power just now did not affect him at all. A few hundred meters in front of him, 2 disheveled figures stood on the other side of the front yard. They were none other than Huang Chao, an elder of the Tai Yi celestial sect, and Shui Lang, a guardian of the Thousand Spiders celestial sect. Blarg. Barf. As if they had discussed this beforehand, Huang Chao and Shui Lang both spat out a large mouthful of congested blood after their bodies trembled violently. After spitting out the congested blood, their faces were as white as a sheet of paper, without a trace of blood in them. After a while, Huang Chao and Shui Lang caught their breaths as if they had discussed it beforehand. They raised their heads and looked at Ting Qing, who was standing hundreds of meters away. Their faces were filled with shock as they cried out in surprise. They exclaimed in shock, "Ting Qing, you've become a 3-talent celestial duke?" The 2 of them cried out in unison as if they had rehearsed it beforehand. 3 talents celestial duke? Apart from Duan Lingtian and Huaner, who were standing next to him, everyone else's expression turned solemn when they heard Huang Chao and Shui Lang's words. 3 talents celestial dukes. 3 talents celestial dukes were stronger than 1 basic celestial dukes and 2 form celestial dukes. They were considered elites among celestial dukes. Even in the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland, there were less than 23 talents celestial dukes. According to Elder Huang Chao from the Tai Yi celestial sect and Guardian Shui Lang from the Thousand Spiders celestial sect, it seems like Elder Ting Qing from the Martial Dragon celestial sect has only recently become a 3-talent celestial duke. Quite a few people realize this. No wonder Elder Ting Qing was so confident earlier when he said he wanted to have the beauty all to himself. As it turns out, he's a 3-talent celestial duke. Elder Huang Chao and Guardian Shui Lang are only 2-form celestial dukes. Naturally, they won't be able to win against him. It seems like the beauty is going to fall into Elder Ting Qing's hands today. Many people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom whispered among themselves as they looked at Huaner, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. A hint of pity could be seen in their eyes. It was as though they could already see Huaner falling into Ting Qing's hands. "Do the 2 of you still want to compete with me?" Ting Qing asked as he glanced at Huang Chao and Shui Lang indifferently. Upon hearing Ting Qing's words, Huang Chao and Shui Lang exchanged a glance. Their expressions darkened immediately, but neither of them said a word. After all, they knew Ting Qing had already broken through and became a 3-talent celestial duke. Even if they joined forces, they would not be a match for Ting Qing. For this reason, they could only watch helplessly as Ting Qing took away the beauty they had been dreaming of. "Gentlemen, I'll be taking the beauty away first." When Ting Qing saw that Huang Chao and Shui Lang were silent, he laughed heartily and soared into the air like an eagle. He flew toward Huaner's direction like he was riding a cloud. His speed was neither fast nor slow, and he attracted everyone's attention. Among the people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, those who were aware of Duan Lingtian's extraordinary background, including Long Dongping, the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, turned to look at Duan Lingtian. All of them were curious. They wondered if Duan Lingtian would be able to protect the woman next to him. In their opinion, Duan Lingtian was in a dilemma. If Duan Lingtian wanted to protect the woman next to him, he would have to reveal his identity and use his powerful background to scare Ting Qing away. After all, Ting Qing was a 3-talent celestial duke. His strength was far from what he could compare to. Swoosh. Just as Ting Qing was about to reach Huan, a purple figure appeared in front of her and shielded her from Ting Qing's gaze. This caused Ting Qing's expression to darken in an instant. "Brat, you're seeking death." Teng Qing's eyes flashed coldly as his celestial origin energy surged out of his body. It was as though he was about to kill Duan Lingtian, who was shielding Huan. "I'll give you a chance." Teng Qing's eyes were filled with killing intent, as though he would attack Duan Lingtian at any moment. However, Duan Lingtian looked at Teng Qing calmly and said, "Get out of my sight within the span of 3 breaths. I'll let bygones be bygones. Otherwise—" Before Duan Lingtian could finish speaking, Teng Qing interrupted him with a sneer on his face. "Otherwise what?" Teng Qing looked at Duan Lingtian mockingly and said, "You're just an ant from a celestial kingdom of the wasteland. How dare you order me to get out of your sight? If an ant like you doesn't die today, I, Teng Qing, will no longer be able to establish myself in this vast desolate region." As soon as Teng Qing finished speaking, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body. In just a blink of an eye, his celestial origin energy seemed to have transformed into a gigantic beast that was about to swallow Duan Lingtian whole. As the saying goes, dragons give birth to dragons and phoenixes give birth to phoenixes. I have to say, I'm very disappointed in the martial dragon celestial sect because of you. Duan Lingtian glanced at Teng Qing indifferently as he spoke. After he finished speaking, he turned to look at Long Fei Yun and said, 13th Prince, I might not be able to keep my promise to you and join the martial dragon celestial sect. However, even if I don't join the martial dragon celestial sect, I'll still help you achieve your goal. You don't have to worry about that." Long Fei Yun was the only one who understood Duan Lingtian's words at this moment. Duan Lingtian's meaning was clear. Even if he did not join the martial dragon celestial sect, he would still help Long Fei Yun become the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. Before Long Fei Yun could respond to Duan Lingtian, a burst of laughter rang in the air. "Haha!" Teng Qing's celestial origin energy surged as he burst out laughing. It was as though he had just heard the funniest joke in the world. He looked at Duan Lingtian as though he was looking at an idiot. Disappointed in the martial dragon celestial sect? Not joining the martial dragon celestial sect? After a while, Teng Qing stopped laughing. He looked at Duan Lingtian mockingly and said, "Do you think the martial dragon celestial sect is a place where just anyone can join?" Chapter 2779. When Duan Lingtian appeared in front of Huan and shielded her, most of the people present on the scene thought Duan Lingtian was seeking death. Naturally, there were also some people who were aware of Duan Lingtian's extraordinary origin, including Long Dongping, the emperor of the soaring dragon celestial kingdom. They were eager to see Duan Lingtian reveal his origin to intimidate Teng Qing, the elder of the martial dragon celestial sect. After all, Zhou Shuqiu, the third miss of the Zhou clan, did not make a move against Duan Lingtian. For this reason, they were certain Duan Lingtian had an extraordinary origin. Otherwise, why would the third miss of the Zhou clan, who was the direct disciple of the former sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect and the junior sister of the current sect leader of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect, be so afraid of Duan Lingtian? As soon as Teng Qing finished speaking, the scene before everyone's eyes caught everyone by surprise. Apart from Duan Lingtian, Long Fei Yun, Qiu Ling, and Duan Lingtian, everyone was stunned. As soon as Teng Qing finished speaking, his celestial origin energy surged out of his body as he prepared to attack Duan Lingtian. Under everyone's watchful eyes, Duan Lingtian raised his hand and flipped his right palm. A wisp of gray flame danced on his palm as the sound of burning flames reverberated in the air. As the gray flames danced, waves of frightening aura were emitted from the gray flames, giving everyone present a bone-chilling feeling. That's a celestial fire? As soon as the gray flame appeared above Duan Lingtian's palm, someone cried out in surprise. He was certain the gray flame was a celestial fire. It's indeed a celestial fire. Moreover, it doesn't seem like an ordinary celestial fire. I've seen a primitive celestial fire before, so I'm certain this celestial fire isn't a primitive celestial fire because its aura is much stronger than a primitive celestial fire. I was fortunate enough to see a mediocre celestial fire once. However, even a mediocre celestial fire can't compare to this. If a mediocre celestial fire is inferior to it, doesn't that mean it's a prominent celestial fire? High-grade celestial fire? The people from the soaring dragon celestial kingdom discussed among themselves as they looked at the gray flame in Duan Lingtian's palm. Their faces were filled with shock and disbelief. A high-grade celestial fire? If the purple-clad young man possessed a prominent celestial fire, did it not mean he was a prominent celestial alchemist or a prominent celestial weapons craftsman? Do you remember how the 13th prince willingly gave up a Duke-grade celestial weapon in exchange for a prominent celestial pill cauldron after he won the first place in Su Rong Palace? Of course I remember. At that time we all thought that the 13th prince was crazy. What about now? Do you still think the 13th prince is crazy? Does this mean the 13th prince wanted a prominent celestial pill cauldron because of this purple-clad young man? I don't think there's any other explanation. I can't believe there's a prominent celestial alchemist by the 13th prince's side. At the same time, many people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom recalled how the 13th prince had exchanged a Duke-grade celestial weapon for a prominent celestial pill cauldron during the selection in the Su Rong Palace in the capital of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. At that time they thought the 13th prince was crazy. After all, a Duke-grade celestial weapon was far more valuable than a prominent celestial pill cauldron. However, now that they saw the purple-clad young man by the 13th prince's side summoning a prominent celestial fire, they no longer thought the 13th prince had made the right choice. After all, befriending a prominent celestial alchemist was much more valuable than a Duke-grade celestial weapon. Everyone is drunk and I'm the only one awake. That day in Su Rong Palace the 13th prince probably felt this way. To think that I thought that the 13th prince had gone mad. But now, it seems like the one who's gone mad isn't the 13th prince, but us. The 13th prince is indeed the most outstanding prince in the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Even the 4th prince and the 7th prince can't compare to him. Unlike back in Shirong Palace, everyone was praising Long Feiyun, the 13th prince. The expressions of the 4th and 7th princes of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom turned unsightly when they heard the discussions around them. When they looked at Long Feiyun again, a hint of jealousy could be seen in their eyes. Now they were all very clear in their hearts. As long as Duan Lingtian was willing to help their 13th brother become the next emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, they would have no chance of becoming the next emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom. Although they were unwilling to accept this, they knew that there was nothing they could do. The only exception was if they had a prominent celestial alchemist as well. However, that was almost impossible. A prominent celestial fire? Qinyu, who was hovering in the air near Duan Lingtian, looked at the wisp of gray flame burning in Duan Lingtian's hand. When he finally regained his senses he was also stunned. Duan Lingtian had become a prominent celestial alchemist? He found it hard to accept this fact. He's a prominent celestial alchemist? Long Dongping, the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, stared at Duan Lingtian in disbelief. The scene in front of him was completely out of his expectations. He had been mentally prepared for Duan Lingtian to reveal his background to scare Tingqing away. However, he did not expect Duan Lingtian would not reveal his background. Instead, he summoned his prominent celestial fire and revealed his identity as a prominent celestial alchemist. I didn't expect him to be a prominent celestial alchemist as well. Even if he didn't reveal his background, it's still enough to scare Tingqing away. Long Dongping thought to himself. After that, he glanced at Long Feiyun, who was standing next to Duan Lingtian. 13th brother is really lucky to be acquainted with such a person. If he had told me earlier that he wanted the prominent celestial pill cauldron for Tingqing, I wouldn't have rejected him. Long Dongping sighed inwardly when he thought about this. He knew he had missed an opportunity to befriend a prominent celestial alchemist. A prominent celestial fire. He's a prominent celestial alchemist? Huang Chao and Shui Lang, who originally thought they could only watch helplessly as the beauty was taken away by Tingqing, were stunned when they saw the wisp of gray flame burning in Duan Lingtian's hand and heard the discussions in the surroundings. As celestial dukes, they were certain the gray flame in Duan Lingtian's hand was a prominent celestial fire. However, they could not tell if it was a celestial fire used for refining pills or refining weapons. However, when they heard the discussions in the surroundings, they realized Duan Lingtian's celestial fire was a celestial fire used for refining pills. At the same time, they also realized Duan Lingtian was a prominent celestial alchemist. When Huang Chao and Shui Lang regained their senses, a hint of dread could be seen in their eyes as they looked at Duan Lingtian. A prominent celestial fire? Meanwhile, Tingqing, who was standing opposite Duan Lingtian and prepared to kill Duan Lingtian, was horrified when he saw the gray flame in Duan Lingtian's hand. At the same time, he hastily withdrew his celestial fire as though he was afraid Duan Lingtian would notice his killing intent. What a joke. Once a prominent celestial fire was ignited by a prominent celestial fire, he would definitely die unless he was able to escape 1,000 meters away. In fact, even if he managed to escape 1,000 meters away, he would be severely injured. After all, A prominent celestial fire was capable of killing a celestial duke. Even the strongest celestial duke would most likely die if they were within 100 meters of a prominent celestial fire. Teng Qing was only a 3-talent celestial duke. A hint of dread could be seen in his eyes when he looked at Duanling Tian again. I didn't expect you to be a prominent celestial alchemist. I'm sorry for my rudeness. Elder Teng Qing, aren't you going to take Huan away? Upon hearing Teng Qing's words, Duanling Tian looked at Teng Qing calmly and said indifferently, Elder Teng Qing, if you're confident, you're welcome to try. As soon as Duanling Tian finished speaking, a voice rang in the air. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. The expressions of everyone present, including the Emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, changed drastically. The expressions of the other 2 celestial dukes, Huang Chao and Shui Lang, changed drastically as well. A hint of panic could be seen in their eyes. After all, if Teng Qing made a move to capture the woman, then the violet-clothed young man would most probably detonate the high-grade celestial flame in his possession. At that time, not only would Teng Qing die, even they would be heavily injured even if they survived. Teng Qing's expression changed drastically when he heard Duanling Tian's question. He was in a dilemma. Did he dare to make a move now? Although he was confident in his speed, his opponent could detonate the prominent celestial fire with just a thought. For this reason he did not dare to take the risk. After all, if he lost he would be reduced to ashes. In his opinion, it was not worth risking his life for a woman, no matter how perfect the woman was. Teng Qing's face turned green and white as he did not know how to respond to Duanling Tian's question. All of a sudden, Master Duan. A loud and clear voice suddenly exploded in the sky, piercing everyone's ears like thunder. Although the voice was loud, one could hear the politeness in it. The voice came from the sky and entered everyone's ears. Everyone looked up in unison. This voice. Chapter 2780. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, a tall and sturdy figure descended from the sky. His speed seemed slow, but in the blink of an eye, he had already appeared not far away from the crowd. As his body moved, it seemed to contain the profundity of heaven and earth. He was a tall and sturdy middle-aged man with a square face and stubble all over his face. There was a red cinnabar mole between his eyebrows that was particularly eye-catching. Huang Chao greets the left guardian of Dharma. Before the others could react, Huang Chao, the elder of the Tai Yi celestial sect, stepped forward and bowed respectfully at the burly middle-aged man. In the depths of Huang Chao's eyes, there was a hint of confusion. As far as he knew, Guardian Tai of the Tai Yi celestial sect was not interested in women. Since that was the case, why would he appear here? That's not right. Protector Tai seemed to be greeting that purple-clothed young man. Huang Chao's eyes widened when he recalled something. Moreover, Guardian Tai seemed to be very polite back then. Could it be that Guardian Tai knows the prominent celestial alchemist? Huang Chao muttered to himself as he shifted his gaze from the burly middle-aged man to the purple-clad young man with a prominent celestial fire in his hand. Although it was likely that there was more than one celestial alchemist present, the celestial alchemist was still a celestial alchemist. However, only a prominent celestial alchemist would be treated so politely by the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Yi celestial sect. Therefore, he could almost conclude that the purple-clad young man was none other than the purple-clad young man whom the left guardian of Dharma had mentioned. If I knew Guardian Tai was acquainted with him, I wouldn't have come no matter how much I wanted this woman. No, even if I knew he was a prominent celestial alchemist, I still wouldn't have come. Now Huang Chao was thoroughly regretting his decision. I hope Protector Tai won't punish me for my recklessness. After all, I didn't know Protector Tai knew him. Huang Chao prayed in his heart. As an elder of the Tai Yi celestial sect, he was, naturally, aware of the hot temper of the left guardian of the Tai Yi celestial sect. He could only hope that the left guardian of the Tai Yi celestial sect did not have a close relationship with the young man. Otherwise he would be in deep trouble. Greetings, Protector Tai. Greetings, Protector Tai. Elder Teng Qing from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and Guardian Shui Lang from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect regained their senses as well. When they regained their senses, they bowed respectfully at the newcomer, not daring to show the slightest bit of disrespect. At the same time, the others also came back to their senses and focused their attention on the burly middle-aged man. Elder Huang Chao of the Tai Yi Celestial Sect addressed him as Guardian Tai? Elder Teng Qing from the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect and Guardian Shui Lang from the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect address him as Guardian Tai. Is it possible that he's the left guardian of Dharma from the Tai Yi Celestial Sect? As many people whispered to each other, they could vaguely guess the identity of the person who had come. The left guardian of Dharma from the Tai Celestial Sect? The left guardian of Dharma who has recently become a 7-star Celestial Duke. A 7-star Celestial Duke. Many people could not help but recall the news of Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect, breaking through and becoming a 7-star Celestial Duke. A 7-star Celestial Duke. Even the sect leaders of the 3 major celestial sects of the wasteland were only 7-star Celestial Dukes. A 7-star Celestial Duke could be said to be at the peak of the wasteland. At the very least, that was what most people thought. The burly middle-aged man Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect, ignored Huang Chao, Ting Qing and Shui Lang's respectful greetings. Instead he looked at Duan Lingtian who was standing nearby. Master Duan, it seems like you're in trouble? Tai he asked with a faint smile on his face. Guardian Tai. In response to Tai He's question, Duan Lingtian raised his hand and put the prominent celestial fire away. Then he said indifferently, you should know if I'm in trouble or not. If I'm not mistaken, you didn't just arrive, right? You should have arrived a long time ago, right? When Duan Lingtian finished speaking, a hint of wisdom could be seen in the depths of his eyes as he looked at Tai He. Tai He, who was staring at Duan Lingtian, felt helpless under Duan Lingtian's wise gaze. He could only smile awkwardly. When Duan Lingtian put the prominent celestial fire away, Ting Qing, an elder of the martial dragon celestial sect, had a hint of killing intent in his eyes. However, when Tai He saw Duan Lingtian's words and recalled how Tai He had been polite to Duan Lingtian, he suppressed the killing intent in his heart. A hint of dread could be seen in his eyes. At this moment he could tell that Duan Lingtian was a 7-star Celestial Duke. It seemed like the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect was quite familiar with this prominent celestial alchemist. Moreover, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect was even more polite to this prominent celestial alchemist than to ordinary prominent celestial alchemists. This was because Ting Qing had seen the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect meeting with other prominent celestial alchemists. At that time, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect was not as polite as this. At that time, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect was only a 6 combination Celestial Duke. Now, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect was a 7-star Celestial Duke who was even stronger than a 6 combination Celestial Duke. It seems like they know each other. Ting Qing's heart sank. This was the only thing he could think of. He did not expect Tai He to be so polite to Duan Lingtian, not because he knew Duan Lingtian, but because Duan Lingtian was a prominent celestial alchemist who could refine the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill. What's going on? What's going on? The left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect seems to have a close relationship with Duan Lingtian. Even a prominent celestial alchemist shouldn't be so polite to a 7-star Celestial Duke, right? Is it possible that the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect is friends with Duan Lingtian? The people from the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom exchanged glances with the people around them. They could see the confusion in each other's eyes, followed by shock and disbelief. They did not expect this to happen. They did not expect the purple-clad young man to have a close relationship with the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect. Didn't he say he wanted to join the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect? Since he's so close to the left guardian of Dharma, isn't it better for him to join the Tai Celestial Sect? Long Dong Ping, the emperor of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, was puzzled when he recalled Duan Lingtian's words. Brother Duan? Duan Lingtian. At this moment even Long Feiyun and Qin Yu had dumbfounded expressions on their faces. They had no idea what the situation before them was. Why was the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect, a 7-star Celestial Duke, so close to Duan Lingtian? Guardian Tai, I don't like to beat around the bush. Duan Lingtian, who had become the center of attention, looked at Tai He calmly and said indifferently, you should know that I originally planned to join the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. When Duan Lingtian finished speaking, he shifted his gaze to Ting Qing, the elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect. Ting Qing's face paled immediately. If the prominent celestial alchemist was telling the truth, the sect leader and high-ranking officials of the Martial Dragon Celestial Sect would definitely blame him for losing a prominent celestial alchemist for the sake of a woman. Yes. Tai He nodded when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. Duan Lingtian had already told him about this. Guardian Tai, you want me to join the Tai Celestial Sect? Duan Lingtian raised an eyebrow and asked. Tai Tai's eyes lit up as soon as he heard Duan Lingtian's words. A hint of excitement could be seen on his face. Master Duan, why you're willing to join the Tai Celestial sect? It was just as Duan Lingtian had expected. Tai had arrived a long time ago. He was just hiding in the corner. When Duan Lingtian told Ting Qing that he was disappointed in the Martial Dragon Celestial sect and refused to join the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, Tai he was present. He had also heard Duan Lingtian's words. At that time Tai he was overjoyed. Now that he heard Duan Lingtian's words, it seemed like Duan Lingtian was interested in joining the Tai Celestial sect. Master Duan, if you join the Tai Celestial sect, we won't mistreat you. We'll make you the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect and do our best to satisfy your every need. Tai he said excitedly. Based on his words, it was as though he was trying his best to convince Duan Lingtian to join the Tai Celestial sect. Upon hearing Tai's words, the entire place fell silent. Chief Celestial Alchemist? After all, there were a few prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect. However, they were treated equally in the Tai Celestial sect. Since none of the prominent celestial alchemists were outstanding, there was no chief celestial alchemist in the Tai Celestial sect. However, Tai's words were clear. As long as Duan Lingtian agreed to join the Tai Celestial sect, the Tai Celestial sect would make him the chief celestial alchemist? If Duan Lingtian's alchemy skills were not superior to the other prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect, the other prominent celestial alchemists would leave the Tai Celestial sect out of anger. For this reason, the Tai Celestial sect would not take the risk of making a prominent celestial alchemist their chief celestial alchemist. Chapter 2781. Is it possible that his alchemy skills are higher than the prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect? Everyone's gazes shifted from Tai to Duan Lingtian as if they had discussed this beforehand. Their gazes were filled with shock and disbelief. They always felt that, as the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial sect, Tai he would not speak without thinking. Now that Tai he had become a 7-star celestial duke, he was considered one of the top powerhouses in the wasteland. It was impossible for such a person to risk the Tai Celestial sect losing a few prominent celestial alchemists. Therefore they once thought, Duan Lingtian's alchemy skills were even higher than the prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect. His alchemy skills are so high? Ting Qing, an elder of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, looked at Duan Lingtian in disbelief. However, he quickly shook his head. Impossible, impossible. Based on the aura of his flesh and blood, I can determine that he's not even 100 years old. It's already shocking that he's a prominent celestial alchemist even though he's not even 100 years old. How could his alchemy skills be higher than those celestial alchemists from the Tai Celestial sect? When Ting Qing determined that Duan Lingtian was less than 100 years old from the aura of Duan Lingtian's flesh and blood, many others also discovered this problem. This prominent celestial alchemist isn't even 100 years old? Through the aura of Duan Lingtian's flesh and blood, they determined that the Duan Lingtian was less than 100 years old. They were all dumbfounded, completely dumbfounded. A prominent celestial alchemist who was not even 100 years old. Let alone the wasteland, even in the spirit overarching heaven, they had never heard of such a person. Of course, it could also be that they were ignorant. However, Duan Lingtian was the first prominent celestial alchemist they knew of who was younger than 100 years old. He's not even 100 years old. Even if he's a prominent celestial alchemist, it must be due to luck that he obtained a prominent celestial fire. He's not even 100 years old. It's impossible for him to be better than the other prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect. Ting Qing comforted himself. After all, if Duan Lingtian's alchemy skills were better than the other prominent celestial alchemists in the Tai Celestial sect, he would definitely be reprimanded by the sect leader of the sect who had a higher status than him. He was the sect leader and who had a higher status than him. If he would be reprimanded by the sect leader of the sect who had a higher status than him. As for why Tai he said the Tai Celestial sect would make Duan Lingtian the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect if Duan Lingtian was willing to join them, Duan Lingtian did not take it seriously. A prominent celestial alchemist who's not even 100 years old? It's impossible for him to have a high alchemy skill, right? Of course. Apart from one's talent in alchemy, one's alchemy skill is also affected by one's experience in alchemy. Alchemy experience usually takes time to accumulate. He's not even 100 years old, so it's impossible for him to have a high alchemy skill. If that's the case, Guardian Tai's words can't be taken seriously. It's impossible for the Tai Celestial sect to appoint a prominent celestial alchemist who's not skilled enough as their chief celestial alchemist. Guardian Tai must be trying to coax Duan Lingtian into joining the Tai Celestial sect. If he really joins the Tai Celestial sect, Guardian Tai can just say the other prominent celestial alchemists are dissatisfied with him and want to compete with him. If he can't win, he'll be too ashamed to be the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect. Guardian Tai is indeed the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial sect. What a good plan. As news of Duan Lingtian being less than 100 years old spread, similar discussions broke out. Apart from a few people who knew Duan Lingtian was capable of refining the prominent celestial pill, the overarching heaven pill, most of them did not think Duan Lingtian's alchemy skill was better than the prominent celestial alchemists of the Tai Celestial sect. Apart from Duan Lingtian himself, only Huaner Long Fei Yun, the 13th prince of the Soaring Dragon Celestial Kingdom, Qiu Ling, and Tai Tai He, the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial sect, were aware of Duan Lingtian's ability to refine the prominent celestial pill. Even Qin Yu was unaware of Duan Lingtian's ability to refine the overarching heaven pill. Guardian Tai. Duan Lingtian ignored the whispers in the surroundings. He looked at Tai Tai He calmly and said indifferently, "I don't want to hear your lies. It's not a problem for me to join the Tai Celestial sect. However, you have to show your sincerity." Duan Lingtian shifted his gaze from Tai Tai He to Elder Ting Qing of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect, Guardian Xuelang of the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect, and Elder Huang Chao of the Tai Celestial sect. Although Ting Qing and Xuelang could tell Tai Tai He was targeting them based on Duan Lingtian's gaze, they were not worried since they were not from the Tai Celestial sect. Moreover, they had the support of the Martial Dragon Celestial sect and the Thousand Spiders Celestial sect. Unlike Ting Qing and Xuelang, Huang Chao's expression changed drastically when he sensed Duan Lingtian's gaze. Of course. When Duan Lingtian's gaze swept past Ting Qing, Xuelang and Huang Chao, Tai Tai He had already understood what Duan Lingtian meant. As he responded in a timely manner, waves of extremely cold light rose up in his eyes, which was extremely frightening. The crowd didn't have time to react. A crisp sound of a saber rang out, and it was short-lived. In the next moment, when everyone came back to their senses, they were shocked to find that Huang Chao, the elder of the Tai Celestial sect, had been cut vertically in half. It was as though he was cut in half by a gigantic saber. Before the blood could spurt out, another loud sound came from the void. In the next moment, under the watchful eyes of the crowd, the void trembled as a powerful force squeezed Huang Chao's body into two, causing it to explode. All that was left was a rain of blood that rained down from the sky. It was dazzling and eye-catching. Huang Chao, an elder of the Tai Celestial sect, a two-formed celestial duke, was dead. Duan Lingtian was stunned as well. He did not expect Tai Tai He would kill Huang Chao, an elder of the Tai Celestial sect, so easily. Gasp, 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 gasp. Duan Lingtian was still in a daze when the crowd regained their senses. When they regained their senses, they could not help but gasp. When they looked at Tai Tai He again, their eyes were filled with fear. So this was the strength of a 7-star celestial duke? He had killed a two-formed celestial duke in just a blink of an eye. A two-formed celestial duke was a lofty and invincible existence in most people's eyes. However, in front of a 7-star celestial duke, he was as weak as a chicken. Huang Chao is dead? He killed a two-formed celestial duke from his own sect for an outsider? Ting Qing and Xuelang's expressions changed drastically when they regained their senses. If Tai Tai He only wanted to teach Huang Chao a lesson, they would not be surprised. However, they did not expect Tai Tai He to kill Huang Chao. At the same time, they felt they had underestimated the importance of Huang Chao to Tai Tai He. Master Duan. After killing Huang Chao, Tai Tai He looked at Duan Lingtian and said bluntly, "Huang Chao is a member of the Tai Celestial sect. I can kill him for offending you. However, if it's someone else, I'll need a reason. I'll need your approval. For example, if you offend the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial sect, you'll be disrespecting the Tai Celestial sect." As Tai Tai He finished speaking, his gaze that was filled with killing intent descended onto Ting Qing and Xuelang in a timely manner, causing their expressions to change drastically. They were no longer as calm as before. "I'll join the Tai Celestial sect." Although Tai Tai He did not say what he wanted Duan Lingtian to agree to, Duan Lingtian knew what he wanted. Tai Tai He smiled when he heard Duan Lingtian's words. Welcome to the Tai Celestial Sect, Master Duan. After Tai he finished speaking, his tone turned cold as he said, Master Duan is the chief celestial alchemist of the Tai Celestial Sect. Offending Master Duan is the same as offending the Tai Celestial Sect. Both of you deserve to die. Swoosh, swoosh. Almost as soon as Tai finished speaking, the expressions of Ting Qing and Shui Lang, who had a bad premonition, changed greatly. Whoosh. Ting Qing's figure flashed as he tried to flee. Guardian Tai, I'm a guardian of the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect. You can't? Although Shui Lang did not flee, he hastily spoke up. He wanted to use the Thousand Spiders Celestial Sect as a safety net. However, would it work? Bus, bus. Accompanied by two short-lived blade cries, Ting Qing, who had just moved, and Shui Lang, who had not finished speaking, followed in Huang Chao's footsteps. First, their bodies were cut into two, and then, the two halves of their bodies successively turned into a rain of blood that filled the sky and drifted down. Upon seeing this, the entire place fell silent. One could even vaguely hear the sound of blood raining down from the sky. Numerous gazes descended onto the purple figure. Their gazes were filled with shock and disbelief, but there was even more fear and panic in their eyes. In just a blink of an eye, 3 celestial dukes were dead. 2 two-form celestial dukes and a 3-talent celestial duke were lofty and invincible in their eyes. However, this purple-clad young man who was not even 100 years old was able to make the left guardian of Dharma of the Tai Celestial Sect, a 7-star celestial duke, go to such lengths. How could he do that? Just because he was a prominent celestial alchemist who was not even 100 years old? You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.